Cool. Alrighty. So, back at it again. Welcome back, everyone. Hope you have your snackos, your bathroom breakos, and everything above. Let's get back into it. So, last we had left you guys, you are leaving the village of Hillshade. The small little village just down the way, about a couple days walk with your escort slash prisoners to Forecaster. Forecaster being one of the major cities or major towns that is closest to the World Road, and that seems to be the provider of the central form of agriculture in this area. I believe we had also an experience with a moment of a touch with Relena, the goddess of death, as well as orphans. She had the mark of death had been left upon the orphanage and has been blessed in some capacity, but yet nothing has yet to be seen about it yet. And you feel a soft breeze as you guys have left the village, with leaving it better than you had found it before. We then find ourselves with you guys. It's been about another day since you've traveled, long rested, and everything is all good to go. So go ahead and give yourselves that long rest if you haven't done so already. And for anything of and make sure not to uncheck mark that whole bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or else
Doesn't affect me.
that's weird.
Goody.
All right. So, with that, it's been already a day. You have learned you've learned your captive slash escorts' names, and they mainly keep to themselves while you guys have traveled your way northward. It's only been about a day or so for you guys. And it's on the morning, still a bright sunny day. It was warm all night, where there was no real need to bundle into your sleeping bags. You've just been able to lie down and have it act as padding for you guys throughout the night. Unfortunately, there is a river just beyond, so showers is possible, but if you guys would choose to go full relaxation mode while you still have your captive slash escort with you, that is up to you.
Well, I might have a quick 5-minute workout.
Tuna will just sit there watching them. He doesn't need to shower.
Someone just quickly showers, just washes himself.
There's a couple.
More interested in dust baths, but doesn't look like there's a good area for that.
Not too much in this area. Very grasslandy. Mud baths, if you're interested in it.
Dust bath. Like a gerbil.
There we go. But you don't find, but you find that there is a small river, so water is not too hard to come by, and you guys never went to the marketplace, so you didn't purchase anything from them, but you did.
Nope. But we have the app still.
Yeah, you still have the apples.
Because we've got to do that, Jam is dangerously low on rations.
Don't.
Oh, we're carrying the apples with you. Here, this is fruit from this land.
I've already marked off the rations for today.
Yep. So go ahead and mark off your rations for the additional day, but you guys have apples, so honestly, you guys are relatively fine. If you're you're not going to be starving, but you're not going to be full. But
We have rations and apples.
yeah.
So I have my kibble and apple. We're good.
You just stuff the kibble into the apple.
Son has 25 now.
Well-
pieces of rations.
Well, a lot of that is
That's a lot
already
of weight.
gone because you guys have been traveling for a month.
I had a ton of rations, so I subtracted 20 from it, so
That's
I figured we'd pick up more along the way.
yeah,
there, but
you would pick up, but
cover the loss of it.
the majority would be gone. I would say at
Yeah.
max, you guys have probably 10 days worth of rations on hand. While
Tam's got one.
there you go. Tab, you went through the desert. I mean, that's fair, but
Yeah, she had
yeah.
a lot of rations to start.
That's fair. That's fair.
And we shoved some of them in the freaking orphanage, so.
Yeah, I did, yes.
Oh yeah, that's right. You would have even less. So yeah. So at max maybe 10, but not as likely. And you guys didn't resupply, but you guys are you're fine. This is a lot better than being in the desert. Yeah. It's a lot better than being in the desert. So
All of Tam's spells are geared towards survival, so if she runs out of rations, she's still fine. It's just a little harder.
Yeah. But as you guys make your way over, you see more of a familiar sight, son, as you get closer and closer to home, and the mountains tops in the distance. Mo, you get that sense of home as well, as you know that beyond in those mountains, you know your father lives up there somewhere out there, and
No.
you know that it's sort of strange that, like, while you never really lived with your dad over here in this flock, you know that it's sort of funny how you guys end up, so while not knowing each other in your youths, you have somehow been always close in proximity to each other, or more so out of character than in character. But but that's more of this and
Wait,
that.
to her dad?
No, it's a son, because son lived
Oh.
in the area.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay, I was
but this is
confused.
more of an out of character description that I want to focus on right now.
That's fine.
But
Because Mo hasn't exactly said, "Oh yeah,
yeah,
my sire lives over there."
Yeah.
Well,
but as you guys are there, are making your way through, it is a pretty calm, another sunny day. Emerald and his Emerald's chest are still leading the way cautiously. They have been disarmed and they are not tied up or anything, so it's like, a little more of a fair treatment. And you guys continue to make your way forward to the forecaster. Is there anything you guys would like to do on your way over? And any?
I can't think of anything in particular. I'm kind of just trusting Sun on this, so.
I asked, Wendell, what is he like now?
Well, he's kind of mean. He kind of clawed a guy once. That was a whole thing. He's fair, I guess. But I don't really talk to him all too much. Like, he just throws orders at us and we kind of go off. Anyone who really knows him would be like his assistants and, and like to help him out. Kind of looks at you. Are you from Greenvale?
I'm from around here. I'm closer, close around this area.
So you're not part of the whatever you guys call it, the clan or something?
Which clan are you talking about?
The Greenvale, or what? Or I don't know what you guys call it. Like, I know you have a weird name for it.
Yeah, that one. Used to be something. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well then, that's Wait. So then you haven't been around for a while, huh?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Oh, alrighty then. Well, okay. So maybe that's why I don't recognize you. But he's not too nice, honestly. If I'm being honest.
Has he always been like this?
As far as I know, I've only worked with him for a couple of years.
Did you start working with him before this started, or
Oh,
after this?
definitely before the whole starvation and shortage stuff.
Another another woe for daily, and I swapped out a few of my spells.
Copy that. But yeah, I don't no, most people don't really like him very much. It's more that, he has the money and he pays the checks. He gives us the money.
Do I have to roll anything if I want to know? Remember more about him, I guess.
I'll give you this, that growing up with him, he was very kind. He was very, like, lighthearted. He was very much like the himbo sort of deal. Like, he was very suave. He was very nice. Yeah. He was very nice. So this is very all different from who you remember. He was more of like a calico, like his family were more of a calico pelt.
Sorry to interrupt there. Only female cats can be calicos.
Well, there are male calicos, but it's very rare to have them.
They've got a different name.
I don't remember the name, but I know you all know calico, so I'm sticking with that. But I can't remember what their proper name is, because I know they all have different terminologies for.
Yes.
But it's like I don't remember. But or do you know what it is?
I don't. I just know.
So why are you bringing it up?
Because I'm an asshole. And you originally established that he was male, and then you're saying he's a calico?
He's a calico pelt. I don't know. I don't remember.
Same with
Fuck.
Sun.
Yeah, the pelt's got a reason.
But anyway, more of like a dark pelt for him.
My son is a calico.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's a calico, same as you, with like a lot of mixed colors on his pelt of a dark and brown, a little bit of white here and there, kind of like Kiara or your cat, or like kind of like your cat, but not long haired. They
He's a tortoiseshell then.
yeah, closer to like a tortoiseshell pelt, yeah. But then other than that, he was nice. He was kind. Other than that, that's what you really remember. He had really stayed in his lane with his family. They were the ones who actually like helped out your ex with the whole like actively going out into the world and actually selling the merchandise. Not only were you guys doing your like outreach programs, like helping out the small villages around, it's like if they send in help to like transport the goods, they would get a share of some of the goods and able to utilize them, and as well as sell them, like to purchase and to resell to travelers and all that. But in addition, they were able to they were the ones who were like also like coordinated with like the dwarven kingdoms within the mountain range to like help give them some food and to trade things that you couldn't grow very well, ergo mushrooms and other vegetation that really requires damp and dark places. You guys were that, different environment, and you were able to trade certain things for that. But that was all kind of like what you were able to experience. But it's just very different from what you remember. He's just it's a very different person at this point.
He's like, oh my god, what the hell happened to this guy?
Yeah, basically. Anyone else? Or anyone else interested?
The only other thing I'd want to mention, because this group hasn't happened yet, but it would have been while we're sleeping, is just to describe how Temp sleeps, because I think it's super cute.
Oh yeah? Go for it.
This group hasn't heard that yet. She takes off all of her armor stuff, curls up kind of like a cat. So she's got her tail covering her nose, so she's all curled up into a ball. And she doesn't actually close her eyes. Instead, they're just filled with starlight as it reflects the night sky.
Tuna would definitely like look you over essentially, and like with fascination in his eyes.
And after 4 hours, she gets up, goes about her day.
Hell yeah! I think what was it? I would imagine that Tuna and why am I blanking? Why am I fucking blanking really hard? Tem, that you guys would like share it because Tuna has to do the same thing. Only 4 hours sleep for him, and then he's fine. But that's a whole side thing. All right. Anything else you guys want to get at with the emerald chest?
Well, Mo doesn't know anything about these characters, so she's got no real questions to ask. So.
Alrighty, cool. Alright, so we'll go ahead and roll to see what happens for the day. Alrighty. As you guys make your way through, you see that there is a small caravan of travelers. You see them, they are fairly a large group, kind of like about 2 to 3 3 carriages long. They have a couple of guardsmen that they look like sort of like these guys. They're kind of like young and like early adventurers, not as well trained as you guys are now. Very young and very like new to the scene. but they have the very serious expressions on with like leathered armor and leather more like leathered base armor and very light armor. They make their way down on the opposite side of the road as you guys continue traveling northward.
When Tem first sees them, she's going to wave a hand and immediately start jogging towards them.
Okay, cool.
Based on her experience with the sand nomads, she's automatically going to assume they're traitors.
Sure, for sure. As you come up, you see that it's mainly humans that are riding this caravan, but the one who seems to be in charge and the leader of the caravan, he sort of stands tall and with a very bushy beard and a braided in very intricate braids and with a lot of colorful beads. A dwarf with a mohawk. Like really like gelled out and like almost as tall as him. As he like sort of sits there, crossed arms, as he's like leaning back, letting one of the human the human next to him ride the carriage for him. As he kind of sits there, and he looks like the one that's in charge. He has that air of like I am the captain now. Look at me. And what would you like to do?
She's just going to wait. Well, she's not going to approach them all the way, but she'll get within about 30 feet and just kind of wave at them and see if they wave back.
He'll like take his hand out and he'll kind of like lean to you, and like with a nod of like a gesture, nothing of too like, sort of like a hello back, sort of gesture.
Okay, well, upon getting the gesture back, she will walk up the rest of the way towards the group.
You
are traitors? Yes, yes.
Yes, we are indeed. As he kind of leans forward down to you. What could I do for you, young friend?
Travel supplies. Tim is looking for travel supplies. We need water. Time to offer water or trade.
Oh, well, we don't have very many travel supplies. We do have minerals and ores on hand, really. The only travel supplies that we have are the ones that we are using ourselves. But
herbs or plants?
Let me ask he'll like turn around. Oi, Esther! And you see like a young girl around like 20, like early 20s, very young adult, starts running up from the cavern in the far back, and you see like she like bolts up from like lying down in the back, and hair frizzy mess, very like dark, like kind of like a dark brown, and she comes running up, running up, like putting on a cloak to cover her like body armor, and she comes running up. Yes, she's looking for some herbs. I don't know if you happen to have any on hand to sell. Oh, I think so. And she runs all the way back to the last carriage, and she grabs her bag, and she starts grabbing a couple of bags. She pulls one out, and she kind of gestures for you to follow, Tem.
Walk up.
Cool. I have, she starts to look through. I have some. All right, now we get to use these cool things.
The massive table I sent you?
The massive table. Let's go through it. Let's see what exactly she has on hand. So, she is from... We are in springtime. She is from this region. Alrighty. She's going to kind of look through her stuff.
I can look at it as well.
Yeah, of course. She brings it up. I have a couple of things, mainly for healing, but I have some hedge nettle. I have some Bushmaster, a little...
Which region? You said it was spring, and which region?
She is... You're not sure... You can ask, but
no,
you can...
Just so I can look at them.
So mountain.
Oh,
Spring. Okay. We're in spring right now.
Okay, just so I know what she's got here.
Gotcha. I have some hedge... she said hedge nettle. I have some Bushmaster. I also have some... That one's... Yeah, there's not a lot on that table. I have also some lamb ears, but we don't really have any... That only just for healing salves. Unless if you're looking for something very particular.
Bushmaster would work.
Do the rest of you come up with him? or with her. My apologies.
How much? How many lamb's ears?
I only have a little bit. I have about a bushel's worth, and she kind of pulls it out. It's like a small handful. A handful.
If Kem was to eyeball it, how many
With your
plants would that be? Because the full plant to make the one that she'd be interested in would require the whole plant.
with your already skill and feet, it would arguably be about 3.
Okay.
And you definitely can tell that it's been like kind of dried and preserved, meant for like longer distance rather than fresh.
Okay, so take all of lamb's ears and 2 of the bushmaster.
Oh, yes. I will say that it is. We only have a limited supply. I can't give you the whole thing, but maybe how about half? For some good coin, that would definitely. I could purchase something to sort of encumber our loss.
Sure.
Excellent. She kind of pulls it out. Let's say, for this amount, 8 gold pieces.
Well, seeing as she hasn't had time to gather any herbs recently, she'll take it.
Cool. All right, cool. She'll give you half of her stock as Tana dies in the corner. She'll give you half of her stock for 8 gold pieces. Go ahead and mark that off. And she'll give you two of the, like, again, her half of Bushmaster as well, for that as well. You Gucci?
How many was that?
It's going to be 1 full plant of Bushmaster and 2 full plants, 1.5 full plants of lamb ears.
Okay, so I'll just mark down the 1 bushmaster, add item.
And then you'll just have to know that you have a half plant of lamb ear in order for you to do that. For the others, so since they don't see the table, I'll go ahead and describe. Bushmaster looks like an orange-brown snake with bold black diamonds. It's sort of like it's like the shed, like the actual like skin of it itself, and it's a type of snake. While the lamb ears is a plant's raising banners of purple gold. So it's sort of like a purple, like sort of like a long-stemmed purple flower with very like large petals, and all of these are dried and designed to be transported right now. And I'll go ahead and actually pop the. Let me pull.
link?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
So you know all the different names there are different names it goes by. They're not entirely plants. For example, the lamb ear is also called betony or hedgenettle, are 2 different other names for it, but it's all the same thing.
That's what I figured. Now that I'm actually reading through the actual names, because I was looking at the mechanics portions rather than the names.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
I'll post that link there if you guys want to have a look at this alchemy table that I'm using to craft potions and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be Spring Mountain. You guys are actually.
Yep. And so then we're gonna go with that because we're gonna Tem's looking into doing really heavy alchemy stuff. So this is our beginning stuff with a lot of poisons and minor items, and then from there we're gonna get a little deeper, honestly, into it, because I imagine you would want to make like resistance type potions and other things of that nature. So
those ones are quite rare. Most of the stuff in this table is just basic healing and basic poison.
Yeah.
Getting into resistance and greater wound treating stuff is rare. So that's probably not going to come out often, but yes, I'm looking forward to messing around with these tables and seeing what we can work with here.
Exactly. So we're starting off, but yeah. So as they'll trade you that, go ahead and mark that off. And the rest of you guys, I'm assuming you guys were with them, so you saw the whole thing as well.
Scorch joining us.
Is the Emerald Chest joining you?
/ prisoners.
Oh, the escorts. I heard Scorch, and I'm like, what? They'll be with you, but they'll kind of be like a couple steps back. Like they'll let you do your thing.
My thing was...
Nah, no worries. Y'all good. They'll just
That's part of their group.
they'll just kind of hang out behind you guys. They won't be too. They're now okay and like a little bit more like okay with you, but they're still nervous. So they'll just hang around like behind you guys.
I mean, was it? I mean, apparently, some of these spells require like certain items, like
There's a whole plethora if we want to get really into detail. Honestly, as I have done before, I'm pretty loose with it. I don't mind, like, the component section. If you guys really want to get into the nitty gritty of like actually able to organize your money and your actual like items, we could definitely get into it. But it's a lot of extra bookkeeping, and it's if it's fun for you guys, I'll go. I'm down with it. But if it's not fun for you guys, I don't mind like just saying you were able to purchase the things you need. It's like, I you know.
Yeah, I don't need. I was just like, are you one of those people who does this? I was like,
no, yeah. Well, what's up? What's up, Bullseye?
So if I enjoy the bookkeeping here of managing Tem's alchemy supplies, I may also start managing your spells.
No, yeah, like,
but right now I'm just gonna stick with the alchemy supplies.
No, yeah, like if you guys enjoy it, I'll be the strict person, and I will strictly keep everything on top of that table with you guys if you want to. But if you guys don't want to, I'm my thought process is like you just basically sacrifice 1 or 2 gold pieces every time you go into town to resupply your stuff, and that essentially covers your like your components for all your spells. Because technically, if we're gonna get really into detail, some of these spells you would need like a couple hundred gold pieces in order of material to do that stuff. And I'm totally cool with like the only really big things are like things that cost over 10 gold pieces in order to do. That's when we're gonna have to be like, okay, you need to have this item in order for you to do that spell. So like if one of you guys do get Revivify, you have to start collecting those materials in order to make it work. Otherwise, I'm not gonna. That's my only hard rule. Otherwise, if it's like I need like 1,000 golds worth of like dust or like sawdust for some spells. I know there's a spell that has like a shit ton of sawdust in order for it to work. I mean, I'm not gonna fucking make you go fucking find sawdust for an hour. Like that's a pain in the ass. And unless if you guys find it enjoyable, I'm down to roll with it. But if you guys don't find it fun, I don't mind not skipping over it.
I don't like doing all that bookkeeping,
no, yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, no, it's
logistics.
Yeah, there's a deep logistics side to this game. If you guys want to touch it, we can touch it. But if you guys don't want to touch it, I'm good. Because that also means less things for me to keep track of, and I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
It's such a huge thing to go to if we really want to get into the nitty gritty of it all. But all right,
not
perfect.
This game.
Cool. Perfect. Hell yeah, I like it.
Finishes making her purchase, gonna turn around and I want the rest of the group. Does anyone happen to need stones or ores? Apparently they got a lot of that.
Stones or ores?
But Tuna's gonna. Do you have any precious gems? Oh, I'm Ivy. I'm the herbalist. I don't really know about that, but I did see we might have something. Maybe not as precious as you were kind of thinking of, but definitely something of a similar idea. I think they're called geodes.
While it's going on, Pam's gonna put down the package after rummaging,
Cool.
organizing all of her new stuff in it.
Cool. You see one of the humans. He kind of jumps down. A little bit of a younger stout bloke. He'll look to you. I can help if you're looking for some materials off the carts. I'm Lockwood, by the way. Pleasure to meet you. I don't know if you're looking for some types of geodes or any stone work. We have some masonry items as well, if you're interested. I'm giving you guys a chance. Sorry, I also just going to talk to myself.
No, it's okay. I'm interested if you got some form of like equipment. If you guys don't have any of that, then I'm good.
Nothing of that, unless if you're looking for a pickaxe or some shovels.
No.
Alright.
Well, maybe. Just go look over it.
Bury your own graves.
They may not know. I was just teasing.
Hmm.
She doesn't have much facial expressions. I keep forgetting that.
Oh, was it?
She's basically dead stare the whole time. Unless she's like squints. Other than that, it's dead stare.
Yeah,
No, then
in the sense like much here.
Tuna is going to. I would be interested in maybe some sort of geode. He's going to get into it, so let me pull out their table. 2 seconds. Hold on, I gotta pull it up. That's the wrong place. Alrighty, so he's gonna look around. Essentially, what they have, because I just don't want to talk to myself. I don't want to take up your guys' time. But essentially, he's gonna walk away with a couple of pieces of obsidian, and he's gonna drop some gold on that. And he's gonna use that for his work. Oh shit! Oh, I just fucking remembered. He doesn't have any of the gold. You guys have the gold.
That's fine. If Bucket wants something, Mo has no problem giving it to him.
Cool. Bucket would like. They have a couple pieces of obsidian. They have about 3. He wants to purchase all 3 of them.
How much is it?
10 gold piece apiece. You guys can.
30 gold?
30 gold.
Oh, I'll give it to him. Like, here you go, Bucket.
Appreciated. And he will go ahead and purchase that then. Cool. He's going to add that to his inventory. Is there anything else you guys want from these folks?
Nope.
Cool. Alrighty then. And that would be them.
If the list you guys sent was it's the mountain one for her, that's the only one that's there?
That would be the only one at this
You'll
time.
find spring and then mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then that. He doesn't have everything there. That's the selection he's pulling from, so I know what information I'm copying into my inventory.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, bud, you want to cuddle? Or you? I got my kitty cuddles.
Woot. Go. Tuna has his stuff. He puts it in his bag of holding.
Yeah, no, there's nothing off that list that would pique Mo's interest.
Cool. Alrighty. Fair enough. He's going to. They'll nod goodbye, and the dwarf with the mohawk. He's going to introduce himself as Glenn Hale. Glenn first name, Hale last name. He's going to. If you're ever up in the mountain range, we can help. We have a mining facility up there. Just beyond a little ways from Greenvale. We're at the base of the mountain. If you're interested in ever returning, and then cool, and then they'll be off. And you guys continue making your way. Is someone popping? I hear a pops.
Yeah,
That's the cat licking my ears.
Gotcha.
Oh.
Cool. Alrighty, cool.
Cat lick the ears are.
So cute.
I
So
know
cute.
exactly what DC's doing in the
Oh.
In my ears.
No, that's not good.
It's just rough. Their tails.
Me nuts.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
he's done now.
Good.
There it is again.
The clicking's still there.
Yeah, he rubbed his head once more, and now he's laying on my lap.
Cute.
Good.
Just the random screaming in the
Is
background.
that Mick?
No,
That's my what's a roommate, so.
Oh, okay.
they're having
He
fun.
doesn't live here.
We'll talk later. Anyways.
Okay. All right. And for the rest of the day, nothing really spectacular happens. It's very peaceful up here, as you guys have you were running for your lives, some of you, for a while now, and now it has been very peaceful coming into Verix. For the next day, goes by, nothing really fanciful happens either, and you make your way to Forecaster. Go ahead and roll it.
Another day, Tim would like to make a survival check to find berries for.
Oh yeah,
for
easily. Go
next
for it.
day.
Roll it.
50.
With a 15, you're able to find a small bush, but these are out of season from they're winter berries that are just slowly or the last of their season. But you are able to still procure some. They're bitter, but they'll work.
Go pick them and just start reversing them
Cool.
until they're good enough to eat.
Hell yeah. Takes a hot second, an hour or so later, you keep doing it. Eventually, easy peasy. Cool, perfect. They're called the snowberries in the from what you have heard. They're sort of like a red, sort of cranberry looking item, but with no large seed in the middle. Cool.
Just gonna munch on those for her meal for the day.
Hell yeah. As you guys make your way over to into town, you see a large, about the double the size of Hillshade had seen, where this is like an actual town where there is like multiple families that probably don't all are related in some way or form. They do seem to have like an actual form of trade, as you like this is like one of those few branches that finally returns to the world road, which is essentially like a highway, and actual like real travel gets made through here. You're able to see that there is an actual hustle and bustle in this city. There is actual like a wooden wall of like thick trees being planted that are actually active defensive measures, and as well as like there is like an actual whole gate thing. There's no trench or anything like that, but it's actually a way of like keeping the citizens safe within the city's limits. And then even on the outside of it, you know that you're getting closer to town as you see that there's a couple of like small farmers that actually do seem to have like sheep and cows and pigs and other things of that nature just outside of the city, a little ways away. And if you were interested in looking to purchase like, you know, slaughtered meats and anything like that, you can purchase it, or you could just make your way into the city or town, really their version of a city, but a town.
Well, son?
Was it? Should we just was it? Can we just quickly grab some like stuff, like was it supplies, and then we go into like what's it, meet Wendell?
That is what you want, Master Son.
Oh right, was it? Do I even recognize anything, like any?
The wall's new. The wall is new. They didn't have that before. They used to be like an open plan. Now it's like sealed in. So that's new.
What's up with the walls here?
They were getting attacked not too long ago.
By what? By whom?
They don't really know. They describe it as like a rambling creature that sort of like it's like sort of dead but not there.
Have they been attacking lately again, or?
It's been a while. Last I heard, the last attack was about a month ago. But they're... he kind of like... Emerald kind of looks over at you. It's kind of like... I don't like to throw around this word, but like they're like undead. Or at least that's what I hear. I don't know if it's true or not.
Was it? Tell me more about this. This is interesting.
Would you like to know more?
Not prepared for that.
They are...
I don't think anyone is.
I personally try to stay as far away from it as possible. We're not even supposed to be back here. We only come like once every couple months. But it's...
That's an appropriate reaction.
I know, right? They describe them as humanoids, but they're sort of covered in like this weird... I think it's just them rotting, but they're sort of covered in this green like foam or moss, something like that. And they attack, and anyone who dies in them are usually taken in by the swarm. It seems as though it infects the dead a lot faster than it does the living. I did hear a couple of rumors that... Well, how long has it been since you've been back home?
It's been 8 years.
Oh, no wonder. This happened maybe 6 years ago, 5 years ago, something like that. The attacks didn't happen until like much more recently, like about 4 years ago, or 3 years ago. But all the trouble seemed to happen around that time, 5 years ago or so. but there's been a sickness going on.
Oh,
Things
do
have
you
been getting
do
rough.
you know who was it who's been affected by it the most?
Well, that's the thing that people are saying that your people are doing this.
My people.
I mean, that's the rumor. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to say anything against it because my boss is one of yours, but, you know.
I'm gonna have to talk to Wendell about this, but first we need to get supplies.
Sure. You see that there's like a farmer who's like standing out in the yard. He like, oh god! He fucking pulls out his like shovel. He's about to hit you, and then Tuna like puts his arm over you and it like does nothing to him, and he's like, my apologies. We were looking to procure some meat. Oh god. Oh, I thought it was a rat. Oh.
Tam is not rat.
What are you?
Tam is cobble.
What's a kobold?
This. She raises her hands above her head.
Oh,
Pretty much.
It's gonna like, what do you want? Well, how much meat are you looking for?
What do you have for sale?
I can sell you a pig.
Yeah, I'll take a pig.
All right.
my pig! Oh, dead pig.
Well, I could sell if you're looking for a lot. I could sell you a whole pig. It would be dead, of course, and I could break it down for you.
Sure, we could, was it probably cook it tonight? Or is it?
I mean,
Could preserve it.
Oh yeah, we could, or wait, is it like fresh too, or what?
pick one. You see a couple of pigs.
What?
It's gonna take me like an hour, but I can do it.
Was it?
Tam will point at the pinkest one.
Cool. There is a couple of them. You see little like name tags around them. One is called Bacon, Oinkster, Mr. Wiggles, and Tim
Never need him.
and Gracie.
Get that.
And then he's like the
Wiggle Bottoms.
not Bottoms.
His other character that died in Saltmarsh.
Yeah, it was Wiggle Bottoms.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He had PTSD, so it was really fun to work with that. The largest one seems to be Bacon. If you guys are willing to pay a whole pig's worth, I can carve it up down for you guys and make it all neat. Unless if you like it to eat it live. He looks at you, Tem.
Not opposed, but carving it up would make it preserve longer.
I think we would appreciate. Tuna will say. I think we would appreciate it being broken down into more usable parts. All right, I don't know how to talk to you guys. He's gonna back up a little bit.
Yeah, just cut it up for us and we'll be on our merry way.
How much for the oinker?
I'll sell it for 8 gold pieces.
For a pig. Is it? Wait, is it cheap for a pig for that?
Don't know. Tem's never come across them before in the.
Make me a history check. Let's see it. Yeah, make me a history check.
All of us?
Oh.
I mean, to be fair, I would never have been in a market, so
No,
I
yeah.
have no idea. Like, you take the one for 8 gold, like, that seems.
So
Seems
that's
odd.
12. I got
12. Did you want? I'll wait for your roll if you want in, Mo.
No, don't have any idea.
I mean, you could have picked it up, but that's fine.
Tem's
All right,
bought
cool.
livestock
But do I
before,
come
but
up
never a
with
pig.
advantage because Sun did do a little bit of
Your dealings were more with like not live. It was more with like plant life, so that's why I'm not giving you advantage on this. But I'm making the DC a little easier, not cheaper, a little easier for you. But Tem, when you look at it, you think this is a fairly like it's a cheaper price for sure. Probably 10 gold pieces is more appropriate, but he's also kind of scared because like you're something he's never experienced with before, so he's kind of doesn't want to. You kind of want to make it a little bit on his better side, and you know for a fact, at least from what you could tell, if a nomad can live a life off of a couple silver, like a month, if this guy with like actual like access to necessities and things that are like nomads don't have access to, he could probably really stretch that 8 gold pieces for a very long time.
Do you have change?
No.
Platinum piece.
He fucking lose his eyes widen to like dinner saucers as he's never even seen a platinum piece.
How much was this contribution?
Son, you know this is a very cheap price for the pig, and same idea. You're fairly certain it's because he's a kobold.
Also, make sure to double check. It's the same unit conversion where 1 platinum is 10 gold.
Oh yeah, totally same. I'm not gonna get that in depth into economics.
Just some groups make it 100, so I just wanted to make sure I wasn't massively over.
No. We're doing 10. We're not gonna go the 100 platinum, 100 per platinum. I'm not gonna go that intense yet. Not yet, unless if things get really out of hand financially. But he kind of looks at it. I could sell you something else to make up for it.
You don't have 1 gold change?
He kind of thinks to his like meager savings, which is a couple silver pieces and mostly copper. Not a gold piece.
Hold on. She puts down her bag, puts the platinum piece back into her pocket, pulls out a small bag, dumps it onto the table in front of him, and counts out 80 silver and puts the rest of it back into the bag.
You see this pile of silver, and he was like, he pulls out like he has an apron on, so he like pulls it, like he cuts open the pocket, so that, like it was like 2 pockets. He cuts it open, and then he like, go ahead and put it in this, and it's like a huge fucking pile of silver. There you go. He'll go ahead and start getting your pig ready. You have an hour to kill. See, like I said, if you guys like this, I'll roll with it.
I mean, it's very entertaining.
But yeah, so yeah, you easily he'll take the coinage and you'll see bacon, he'll like start leading bacon with like a piece of hay, and they'll go into the slaughterhouse. Yeah.
Who else needs supplies and food?
Bucket does not require anything of that nature. Bucket is immortal and does not require sustenance.
She'll look over it, son.
I mean, what is it? I do not mind.
A tuna, fucking shit.
Oh,
Okay.
Was it? It was the sense like I do not mind using some of the intestines to restring my what's called my instrument. Because that's what they use.
Yeah, no, yeah, she's right.
Or sinew, but yeah, I guess.
I mean, sinew is sinew. Tuna can apply his knowledge and try to create new strings for you.
Oh, also, what would I have to roll to figure out what Mo would eat? Because Tem knows it's not meat, but doesn't know what it would be.
Nature check.
Right there.
21. You're fairly certain that Mo, being an Aarakocra, probably fits into like bird-like dietary. You've only heard of it because there's not very many birds around. It's usually like only seagulls that are around the coast, or like a lot of squirrels or rats or mice, or like, you know, insects is what you kind of deal with on a daily basis. But you have a general idea of like that there is a lot more of, it's not as much predatory, but more of like herbs and carbs is her diet. If we want to go really detailed, I don't know a lot about birds, so fuck off. But
well, with the 21, I'm sure Mo herself could tell me. And
yeah,
that would help out.
I don't know about birds.
Mo, being a goose, is primarily vegetarian. She will eat on the odd occasion the odd small crustacean or insect, depending on where it's found. But she primarily eats water reeds and some forms of other wild plants, berries, and such like that.
I'm just remembering when you guys had made sushi way back in fucking Mystic Tower.
And Mo didn't want any.
Yeah, God.
The same thing with someone offering Mo a piece of fucking bacon. Like, here you go. Mo was utterly disgusted.
I can't fucking eat this.
So, Pam will make a mental note of those things and keep an eye out for them so she can help Mo pick up some rations. And
Why do you think Mo lost her mind over the cactus? Something juicy in this dry, barren area, and it's like, I've been so long.
That is true. That is true. Motherfucking breadcrumbs.
Yes.
We gotta find that. I gotta find that GIF again.
It's somewhere in.
It's somewhere in the old one. I gotta like dig through. But yeah, you know vegetarianism, all that good shit.
Opportunistic insectivore, but vegetarian.
well, Pam will keep an eye out for anything that Mo could eat.
Cool.
Because she remembers saying the whole party needed rations, and they only got meat. So far.
Better dry kibbles. So.
Make a perception. Make a perception check real quick for me. Since you're actively like looking around.
Oh, God, I should have done this later. I got
Don't worry about
disadvantage during the day.
With the 16, you're able to notice that there's not a lot of vegetation farmers around here. That they seem to be mainly dealing with like livestock out here.
Did you get cut off?
No.
Okay.
Okay, you guys not catch me?
You kind of cut out a bit, so I was giving you a
Yeah.
second to see if you would
Oh,
repeat
no.
yourself. Okay, cool. Alrighty then. But a lot.
For next hour.
Bucket pulls out. We could play cards.
There's
And pulls out her pack of cards.
Alright then, yeah. It's like, let's see. I'm not the best card player, but we're not wagering money here.
That is fair. And okay, cool. You guys
what
start.
about our companions? What exactly is their thoughts now that they're back here where they're not supposed to be?
They're
Play two.
gonna just keep their hoods up and they're gonna kind of like stay like within your
They're
vicinity.
ashamed.
That's just shame. But they're kind of hiding out. They don't want to be seen very much, so they're okay with hanging out outside the city boundaries at this moment.
Why are they hiding? What's wrong with that?
But they were supposed to be back.
No,
They're not supposed to come here for like months at a time.
well,
They came back early.
Bucket will play cards with you then. Bucket and Tam, you guys have your cards. When Bucket like touches one of your cards, he's gonna have like a moment where he's kind of like really like studying it, and he's gonna like, these aren't normal, are they?
Not really, but they work for playing cards.
Intriguing.
what do you mean they work for playing cards?
Tem will grab one and throw it to a tree.
Yeah, you see the card flies through the air. Like if you ever watched Now You See Me, it'll fly through the air and it will embed itself into the tree, and like deep.
Are you gonna recall that or what?
No.
Okay.
After a minute or so, you see the card
Oh.
reappears into the deck.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Intriguing. This is
Got
sort.
all sorts of trinkets, hey?
Tem does. She'll go into her pack and pull out. She will pull out her crystal map. She will pull out. She'll
I'm
take
gonna
off.
stop you right there.
Take off
It's
Sam's
not wise to start pulling shit out in the middle of a town.
We're in front of front of a farmland.
Still not gonna
She'll stop
bring
at
it.
those two items then. So she has her crystal map and
Bullshit.
takes off
Yeah.
Sam's sneeze off of her finger.
Yes, I
And she'll
love
hold
that.
them up to Bucket, who seemed curious about them.
Bucket will investigate them very thoroughly. He's going to roll an Arcana check, see if he knows in character what they are. He has a general idea of that. 16. He rolled a 16. He has a general idea of like what they do. So he's intrigued. He's very intrigued. While you're like showing off his stuff, he's gonna kind of like start talking to you about his thing. So he has his arcane infusions. So he actually infuses his arcane focus as well as his breastplate, which is the arms that you see that act as his like heavy armor, and he increases them with his magic. And he can replicate magic items as well as this, and he also can infuse an item for concentration spells. So he usually uses that for himself, but he kind of explains that methodology of like what is infusing magic into items and other things like that. Very artificer shit. Yeah, he just talks about that stuff. I don't want to hog the spotlight because I will talk to myself all day.
Well, Tem will put her crystal mat back away, which, by the way, is a small crystal about the size of Tem's hand. So about half the size of a regular person's hand. It's a small purple crystal, and then Sans Sneeze is a small ring.
Does the crystal? It goes by the map of your current location, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Alrighty, then we'll have a thing.
Sounds just like, how did you acquire all of this?
Tem woke up one day with the crystal. Sans Sneeze was a gift from a group she let through the desert.
Uh-huh. And what happened to the group?
They made it to their destination. Hasn't seen them since.
Same with a lot of
Wait,
us.
Desert, were you in Estonia?
My home.
Freaking odds.
So, was it? Do you know how to navigate the desert?
Through the desert. They wanted through the desert. They pay me fee. I guide them through the desert. I pick up new tourists at new locations. Guide them for where they want. Been Tem's whole life.
Huh. Was it? So you guide people through the desert?
Yes, yes.
Imagine that! We used something like that a while ago.
Yeah, well, we couldn't find one.
Last group, Tem had to help defend a dragon.
What?
Tuna's gonna like full on stop. He's about to win the hand, and then he's like, "Wait."
Tim will reach back into her bag and pull out the giant drop of dragon's blood and set it in front of everyone. It's a golden drop of blood. Looks kind of like a raindrop, but in solid form. If you knock on it, it sounds kind of like a hard metal that's got a gold sheen to it. This was from dragon that Tim had saved. Last group hired to track dragon ended up having to save dragon and then fight giant worm skeleton.
Wait, so you saved a dragon?
It was badly wounded, yes.
Do you have any idea how rare it is actually to see one in one's lifetime, let alone like, oh yeah, I fought one but saved a dragon?
No, very rare. Tim's looking for more. He's not satisfied with just one.
Was it? I mean, there are some in, like, was it the mountains, if you ever want to.
There is folk stories of that.
Someone's going.
Huh. Well, we'll be around the area, I guess, so maybe we'll see one.
I personally would rather never see one. Fire and feathers don't mix.
I would argue that it would be a very informative experience.
Sounds like, you know, I think I'd rather see
Also, just to let you guys know how big this thing actually is. When Tem removed it out of her bag, the bag was now half full. This is taking up so much space, and it's half the size of Tem.
Mm-hmm.
I've never thought about getting a bag of holding for your stuff, my good dude.
I can create another one. It would take me some time, but I can create another bag of holding.
The rate you're going to now, we should start selling these things.
Oh no, most indeed. If you remember, we sold our daggers of recall, and after a certain amount of time, the spell would eventually dissipate. It was a way of us scamming other individuals in order for us to gain some money and other supplies. Do you not recall?
No!
Are those mine though? Like those?
No, yours were created by someone else. However, it seems that the enchantment has stayed much longer than what it is tends to be expected, unless if the creature in question is dead. However, since you're...
Was I drunk?
I don't believe so. Or you may have been impaired in some capacity, but I don't recall.
I don't remember this at all. When did this happen?
And exactly 14 days ago, we had entered into a small little coal village. We had bartered with them in order for them to stay the night. The only way for us to secure a location was to sell them a rare magic item, as they had seen that we had many magical items upon us. So I fashioned one of a dagger of recall. I sold it to him, and approximately 2 days after the fact, as I had switched over my arcane focus back to its original setup, the magic itself has dissipated. So, unfortunately, if this individual were to throw the dagger at this current time, it would not recall.
I have no recollection of this, so...
You might have been intoxicated, though, to be fair, I don't believe you... You may have been busy.
Oh, was it sunset? Ah, yes.
I believe the twerk king had made a reoccurrence that night.
Yeah.
That was the night I was taking down the rest of the tomb. So I wasn't very paying attention on to what exactly the rest of you were up to.
Tomb? What tomb?
The rest of the tomb, and he pulls out. He shows you a part of the restorative coffin that you guys had.
Oh.
The tomb.
The coffin.
We call that a coffin.
Oh, it is called a restorative tomb, and it's actual.
I didn't know. It was a glass block.
Indeed, I will.
I barely saw the thing.
I will remember that for future reference. Coffin. And you see him sits for a moment, and then he goes back to normal. But there's definitely a couple nights where the Twerk King had made his reappearance. So I mean, honestly, there's a lot of things because that's what Tuna was up to. In my mind, Tuna has been swindling.
We're pulling out magic diamonds.
Yeah.
We get them back.
To be fair, they had never requested for them to continuously work. They have only requested to be given them, or to be sold to them. Whether or not they actually worked after the fact was never in the contract.
I wasn't saying as far as
No, Tuna's gonna continue. Continua's gonna continue. We're still going off that Tuna was swindling people.
Okay.
Tuna's going to continue in his line after the whole tomb coffin. Tuna, they were never requested for the magic item to continuously work after the fact. Tuna's only instruction was to sell the actual item itself. Whether or not it functions after the necessary time frame is unfortunately not of Tuna's concern.
That's about right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then I
Good
could
way to make money, honestly.
Indeed. And that was why do you believe that we always had so much funds on hand?
Oh, well, speaking of making things, then we'll reach back into her bag.
I need to stop drinking.
It's like, well, I know
Sam
you've been
is
having
going to
a
pull
time
out-
afterwards, but
4 vials of what looks to be dried leaves and sticks and some sort of muddy substance,
Mm-hmm.
and set them out in front of everyone. These will help with relaxation and clear exhaustion from hard day's work.
No.
You don't drink them. They are not consumable. It's a bad idea.
you smoke them or what?
You put them in bath.
Oh, okay. Damn it.
Would they have?
Hot water, let out pleasant aroma, and materials will help soothe your sore body.
Sounds like we'd wreck my feathers now.
Tuna's gonna take off his hood as you're being very open with yourself. He's going to respond with in the affirmative, and you're gonna see his face plate and his because throughout this time he's kind of kept everything
Why wear
up.
a hood over metal armor?
This isn't metal armor. This is my body. And he'll
Emma's just gonna kind of turn her head sideways at him like a dogwood. And just, what?
he'll take off his glove and he'll pull a lever and it will open up and he'll show it to you.
Like golem, but metal.
Indeed.
Yes.
I am a more advanced version of an automaton known as Revenant.
Yeah, we were being chased by a bunch of them.
You're gonna walk around and you start poking him in places to feel how hard it is, and just generally examine him. As you've never seen something like it before.
Very hard. He'll take off his cloak, and you see that, like, so he has this, like, as a description of the arm, with his, like...
These are the least sexy STTs ever.
He'll show you the rest of his body, and he like he'll pull on like small little levers and like little like hooks, and like certain parts of his body will like expand out in order for repairs to be made. Throughout all this, the emerald chest is like, what the fuck did we get ourselves into?
He doesn't understand, but it's definitely different.
I am alive,
Poor guys.
yet beyond my others of my brethren. There are other revenants.
Hard armor too. She knocks on her scales, but not that hard.
No, indeed. And he'll take one of his daggers, and and nothing happens. I don't feel pain as you humanoids do, or living creatures. How is that so?
Pain helps keep you alive. Without pain, how you know you in danger?
When my functions aren't working at their highest capacity.
At this point, we have no idea what's going on, but that's okay.
I mean, you're watching this happening unfold to you guys. Yeah.
We have no idea what's happening. Like, we talking shit.
We've been over this many times.
Yeah, like, we don't know. No, he's alive and how he is. That's it.
He's just
spell magic. How work?
Don't you fucking dare.
no.
A
that's
cer-
not good.
A certain level of power in order to erase my existence, I would summarize. However, the ability to do so would require a substantial amount, and of someone of
Detect magic.
you detect magic. He is
Just
filled
to
with
see
magic,
How strong the magic aura is.
essentially.
He's like that meme with the galaxy brain.
Basically, yeah. He's covered in magic.
No, God.
Explode.
It is ironic, I believe is the proper term, that is used for this situation, but I am as well created in Estonia. As you mentioned prior that you had currently lived there, we were, I believe the term is neighbors.
I don't think so. I've never seen you before.
Sounds like, have you remembered
Considering he didn't spend most of his time there, no. He was just created, they got shipped off somewhere, doesn't know what the frick happened to him in a certain time frame. We all got thrown back here by lovely thing of magic, and then we had to re-escape. It's not been pleasant. He didn't live there, he was just made there.
I do apologize for that. I'm still unclear of how exactly I was able to do that.
One important question: how heal?
Repairs, he'll like kind of show you like his like cables and cords and like things that make his body move.
He's got a lot of intestines.
I repair certain mechanics.
Better question. Tem can magically heal others.
Indeed.
Knit flesh, recover muscles. How heal metal?
Tuna is unclear of that solution.
It just works, that's all we know, right?
Tuna starts thinking in his mind, and you see like his like the little like loading sign kind of goes on.
No.
Indeed, though I had never taken into consideration as to how that is done possibly. Mo, Mo, strike me with destiny.
No.
I have restorative properties.
No.
Tem, strike me.
No. With the amount of work we put in keeping your ass alive?
Well,
No.
Unless Tem makes thunderstorm, I don't think she can hurt you.
He presses a he like pulls one of the little like nails on his like other revenant hands on his armor. He pulls it, and the entire thing like now he has no longer his half breastplate. strike me. My armor is now.
Tim have no weapon. Tim have card, not
Ha-
hurt metal.
Let me make this perfectly clear.
Card should be able to penetrate my armor at this current level.
No,
He's
You may
not
be
doing
new
it.
to this party, and so far, everything from our goals kind of align where we're going. You harm Bucket, I harm you. Sorry, Tuna, my apologies.
I am Tuna is requesting this, so it is not.
No. We spent too
No.
long trying to get you back here.
This
No.
is This is to understand how Tuna is functions.
I barely
No,
understood how
no.
when you put it together with your instructions. I do not want to go through that again.
Tim no one hurt.
It sounds more like an educational experience.
I'll make you an educational experience.
Then please do. he will then he will open himself even more to where he has no AC and his gem is exposed as he's waiting for someone to stab him.
Well, that sounds just like trying to like test
You're like.
Or something.
I do have restorative properties, and as I have been able to support.
Look,
Uh,
I don't want to experiment with the situation. If it's a accumulate some form of damage in the next couple days, then we'll test the whole magic working on you. But I don't want to purposely damage you and have it be irreversible.
I would argue that if we were in battle, it would be harder to test, as we will not have a control.
at this point, Tim would like to make an Arcana check to
Mhm.
see how this would be possible.
Sure, go for
But
it.
before she does so, she's going to activate Dragon Aspect.
Cool.
This is very similar to what you saw before, Mo, where all of her draconic features get outlined in a light blue, basically star constellation. Mark that off as being used,
Hell yeah.
and then
Does-
Arcana check.
Because it gives you advantage, right? Or is it
Makes
do
so I can't roll below a 10. So
Ah.
that's 5, that upgrades
automatically a
to
10?
plus 3 for 13.
Excellent. Alrighty. So for the 13, this is sort of out of your pay grade of what exactly this is, because you've heard of revenants. You might have seen one from a distance, but you've never seen one this up close and like them actually opening up themselves for you to see. You think that it must be a similar concept where like it would have to like somehow meld together, but as far as you've seen, you've never seen metal fix itself. So maybe it's of a
Spell doesn't work on magical objects. Chronomancy doesn't work on magical objects.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's like this is totally like only a natural 20 would really give you your like a pure answer, but even then it wouldn't be a satisfying answer.
Yeah.
But
Either way, she should be happy with that result.
yeah.
And she's just going to let that wear out its full 10 minutes because you might as well just leave it on. Turn it off again.
Tuna, after you guys are yelling at Tuna to put away himself, he'll put himself away.
Bad Tuna can. Pack yourself up.
Tuna is intrigued by the notion. However, I do believe that it would be easier to do this in a controlled environment. But I will take your lead on this, Mo. He smiles as much as he can.
Was it? It's like something. You know what? I guess I'll just try to. Wait, is there like a tree nearby, or like, or anything with leaves, or like grass?
Definitely, yeah. Well, there's grass next to you. You're sitting on grass.
All right, so he just
You see
takes it and
you
starts-
see a cow.
the thing where, like the thing, like he like rips one like in half and just like does a little grass whistle.
Performance check.
What?
Yeah, you know you can do that.
Yeah, you could totally do that. I've never been able to do it personally, but I know it's possible.
I've been able to. I do it. A
Oh
lot.
no, I mean like yeah. Why are you doing it?
He's just bored, so yeah.
Okay.
That's a 6 plus 7. That's a 11.
An 11. It's not your best performance yet, but it's definitely like it's getting by. It's interesting. Tuna looks at you, it's trying to like understand how you're making this witchcraft happen.
Sounds like you find this more fascinating than how was it? Was it an olive? And he's just like, waves his hand like to hit to the Tuna's body.
Well, Tuna understands a portion of what he is. However, the outside world was always a mystery to Tuna. I don't believe I've ever gone through it, but Tuna had been discarded. And somehow Tuna was not discarded. And ever
That makes
since,
sense. Yeah.
that is why
How
the,
Ted was raised.
indeed, that is why Tuna was sought out for, back with the Perfectionists. That is why Tuna used to be known as a 7000 series unit.
Oh yeah, what was it? Sounds like, did you ever encounter those perfectionists like in Estonia, Tem?
I'm unsure of who you speak of.
Roll me a history check, Tim.
How much time would it? Not very long. So, dragon aspect would still be affecting this.
Oh yeah,
So
definitely,
that'd be
yeah.
10.
Cool. With a 10, you heard of them. They're, like, supposedly this, like, really advanced, like, it's basically cult. They do some sort of advanced magicry, but you're not really sure anything about them very much. So, it's very accurate to what you had just recently said.
I've never met them. Oh, on the other hand, though, she'll walk up to Mo and go, "What magic goodies you have?"
None?
Mo has an increased sword of advanced capabilities.
Oh, that thing.
It is considered a magical have magical properties.
I guess, considering I'm the only one who can really move it.
Indeed. And he will, to demonstrate, and he'll hold out his hand for the blade.
Alright, fine. I'll hand the whole thing scabbard and all.
It lands. He can't even hold it. He, like, it full on falls to the ground with his arm underneath it, and like it looks kind of damaged. And he looks to Tem. Only Mo seems to be able to wield this current item.
Interesting. And we'll walk up and try to pick it up.
It's like Mjolnir. Like, it moves a little bit. It's like Mjolnir. It moves a little bit, but it is not. It's not doing shit for you. Which actually points out another thing that I want to remind you guys. Issa was able to hold it very hardly, but it was actually able to lift it.
Instead of trying to lift it, can Tim try to rotate it or push it across the ground?
You could, it's push a little, rotate a little harder. That would require some strength checks.
So it just fucking get his hand out from underneath it, and then just leave it on the ground.
Okay, we'll pull his hand out. You see that it's lightly crushed, and he will then. This will be an interesting control experiment, and he will start trying to do. Oh god, he doesn't have any fucking of those things.
Well, I'm not happy now that they accidentally hurt a bucket.
He's gonna start like rummaging through his stuff to try to like figure out how to like heal it.
Something Tim is very interested in at this point.
Sure.
Can she reverse his hand?
Oh, give it. Yeah, I'm assuming you've asked this question. I would be more interested to see exactly how this would work.
Because he would count as an object, yes?
Yes.
Unknown.
In a sense, I guess.
Unknown.
She tried to reverse on his hand and see what happens.
As you try to reverse, you see that parts of it start to like move, but some aspects of it don't move. The center bit of his body doesn't repair itself, but the outer edges do. I'm going to say these are my favorite parts of the session, is you guys just talking to each other. These are my favorite parts of any game.
I was just like, huh.
Well, sometimes they're really entertaining. I won't lie.
I was like, huh. So, was it part living, part metal? Interesting.
Indeed.
Another question. How get sword if only Mo can move it?
I found it in a weird temple thing.
But how would it get there if only Mo can?
This thing, the temple we were in, or tower, sorry, was very strange as it was anyways, until you went to a different floor, the entire room changed. We went up to one floor from like a castle situation to a wild open jungle.
The different levels had different environments. One was a desert, if I recall correctly.
I also got a nice tea set from that place.
Indeed.
Oh.
Luckily, we did not need to sell that, as I remember during our with the mob boss. That was very fortunate of us.
Was it wait, the tea set?
We almost had to, but luckily we were able to win out of the Dragon 3 hold.
What kind of adventure was that tower, anyways?
A very strange one.
I was referring to it exactly 16 days ago.
Well, was it?
You have no recollection of any of this, of what Tuna is referring to.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Sounds just like, was it? I don't know either. Like,
16 days ago, indeed.
No, what happened?
Oh, we had entered into an adjacent coal mining village. It seemed to have been connected to the one that we had visited 14 days prior, or well, in this instance, 2 days after the fact. However, that particular coal environment seemed to have a mob boss of some capacity. And, however, the unfortunate instance that we had almost had to sell most of all of our items, as we had accidentally destroyed some of their precious gems. And it,
as that conversation is going on, curiosity gets better. She casts guidance and tries to think of
you cast guidance, let's roll it. And then, once we had eventually gotten into the poker tournament, we were able to successfully succeed in gaining our items back.
18.
Once again, I do believe that the Twerk King had made another appearance. You're able to rotate it, but like barely. that was like all your strength just to rotate it over.
Was it? Maybe
Good
it's
for
time.
you.
Maybe it's time to pick it back
Pick
up.
up 2 fingers.
It's normal.
We'll just look at it and wide-eyed, like a kid in awe.
And then, if I remember correctly, we almost had to purchase I guess the proper term would have been a slave. However, they had referred to them as indentured servant. And Mo, of course, you were very... Your reaction to it was in a very negative, and you wanted to alter their way of life.
It's like, it sounds like, I feel like this is getting more and more, like, these are more and more jokes or something like that.
I sort of think so too. Now that
I'm gonna say, roll me a wisdom saving throw to see if you actually can remember what Tuna is talking about.
This is gonna be great. I have a +1.
Hold on, I'm trying to find it.
I got a 17.
17.
I got, what's it? I got 18.
With those numbers, you do not meet the required DC. You don't remember what the hell he's talking about. Indeed, this was approximately 15 days ago, and 18 hours, 16 minutes, if I remember correctly. I do believe I was somehow affected as well, as certain parts of the events are jumping around. I believe that is what the
I don't think that's the only thing that's jumping around, but okay.
Well, it sounds like if I usually I will remember when when Twerk King arises.
Oh.
Yeah, you think I remember too.
Oh, intriguing. And you start to you see his load screen go on again.
So Tim will now look over at the sun. What magic goodies you have?
I have what is it? Let's see. I'm trying to check my inventory again.
You got a fair amount too.
Oh, I forgot about the thing. Is Mo playing with a ring on her finger?
Oh yeah, your greater invisibility ring.
And I'll twist it and I'll be gone.
It wasn't. I mean, like I have like my daggers that comes back to me, and also like, what is it? It's like this weird dulcimer that is apparently told that I was been told.
Cam does not get shocked.
Um,
I rolled a wisdom saving throw just to see how she
Nice.
What did it mean to turn invisible?
vanishing, just gone.
was
Doesn't
it-
care.
No, she's not shocked, but she is surprised. She's not freaking out. She's just
I'll turn it back. Turn it off again.
What was it? And like I have a dagger, 2 daggers of returning, and then like this Bajewski that like apparently it is imbued with magic. I don't know how, but I've been told it has been. But every time I use it and play it, nothing happens.
Fancy. She hold out her hand for it,
All right.
and she'll toss detect magic first.
Cool.
Want to make sure I know how this works correctly.
Wait, what are you talking? The Bushki? Are you talking about your dulcimer?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Okay.
It's like what's it? It does dulcimer like in my like thing, but because
That's
I
right.
can't
Okay.
call it the Bajewski.
I see. Okay. Oh, okay. My apologies. All right. So as you detect magic, you see that this is a specifically attuned to sun. This has a. It's basically like a charming magic. It increases the likelihood of whatever thing they're trying to do is to be successful. Essentially, mechanically, it adds an additional bonus +5 flat to every roll, every persuasion roll, persuade any charisma-based roll onto when only sun uses it. If it's not used by sun, it does not do anything. That's what it does mechanically.
Destiny.
Basically, those are very specific. That's a very specific item to sun, as you kind of look at over time.
You not know what it does?
No, I don't.
You want to know what it does?
Sure.
If you hold this and you try to talk someone, make you talk better.
Huh. You know, it's like I love this thing. All right, it's like even more now.
I think that then would mean, if I remember correctly, your persuasion. If you use your dulcimer, it would then be a +15. So most things you would never have to roll for that. Just an FYI.
Oh
You just have to
shit.
roll and see if you get a 1.
Unless if you get a 1, yeah, you still got to roll to see if you get the 1. But majority of the time, you're not going to need to. But yeah. And then that's also in addition to other charisma based things. But that was way back in council. So that was like, we haven't used it as much in this instance. But yeah.
What was it? It's like how's the butcher doing?
You look, you see that he hasn't returned yet, but it has been about 30 minutes. Or well, a
Do we
little bit
hear
more.
any squealing around? Because like
From the pigs that are alive, yeah.
If he does it properly, then he ain't squealing.
Okay then.
You see a cow walk by you guys. It like turns to you with some interest, pulls some leaves, and like munches in front of you guys.
Was it? Can Sun just like feed the cow a little bit of like grass?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and make me an animal handling check.
Let's see. Animal handling +2. Yep. 10.
You are able to like. He doesn't really take it. You kind of like feed him, but it's more like he's eating and he's like, womp, womp, and you're like able to like stick it in time to like when his mouth is open. And he kind of just looks at you with like a bored looking expression.
I like this dude. Too bad we can't take the entire cow with us.
You see the name tag is Young Bessie.
Young Bessie. Alright, young Bessie. Who was it? I wish I could take you, but was it? But unfortunately, I cannot.
Good cows become pets.
Yes.
Aren't they
If you
used?
want.
Aren't they used to be consumed?
Yes.
Intriguing.
I think that's applies to pretty much anything that humans like to keep as pets.
Would an inanimate object be considered a pet?
Sometimes they'll eat them. Sometimes they won't.
Isn't the point of having a pet is to have a companion?
Yes.
Intriguing.
Was it? Whoop. Hold on. Yeah, maybe dice. Yeah. I mean, what is it? I've seen people keep like their prize cows. What is it? And never kill them. Was it essentially making them their pet? And I've seen some travel to some places where, was it people will eat their dogs.
Intriguing.
Yes.
But by this time, as the mention of dogs and death, the farmer returns with your wrapped up in like a more of like kind of like actual like parchment paper, wrapped up, and it's sort of like a fake butcher paper, and wraps it all up for you guys and hands it over. It's a pretty fair amount of meat.
Salted?
I went ahead and pre-salted the fat and the belly, since for bacon.
Just fast forward it so they fry out real quick.
You easily self brine your own bacon. I kept the innards as well in case if you are interested. He looks to you and looks at your teeth and that kind of thing. And I also ground up some of the excess, and I don't know if you guys want the bones.
Oh, bones could be useful.
Sure, I'll go ahead and here. And he kind of figured, but he'll can't do the bag of bones. And there you go.
Tem will pack up most of what she can. She'll bring the intestines and other heavily sinew objects to. Was it Sun that wanted them?
Yeah.
And then most of the meats that you'd use for eating, she dries out with the assistance of the salt and packs it up. She puts the bones into a separate compartment. She can turn them into dust.
Bucket will offer you, if you require more room, I do have a bag of holding.
How much does all of this weigh? And how many rations will this add?
And a healthy adult pig, if I remember correctly, is clocking in usually around 80 pounds or more with bone and all. So it would be, I think, almost your whole weight, if I remember right.
80 pounds on top of what Tem is currently carrying would not max her out, but it would be real close.
Bucket will, Tuna will offer it to you, and would you be interested in? I can place them in here, and if you need access to them, you can retrieve them at your leisure.
Sure. You'll put most of it in there. And how many rations was that total?
In total, it's a month's worth. I'm going to say just a flat 30 days, especially if you're brining them / drying them.
She'll put 25 into the bag, keep 5 on her.
Cool. Easy peasy. Alrighty, y'all.
And the rest they can just divvy up when they need it.
Excellent. Alrighty, y'all. As you guys pack up your things and put away your cards, you guys enter into Foreign-Caster. Let's go. Alrighty. As you guys enter in, you see that this city is fairly just a very big town for these people. It is at this point it's a little bit close to evening, and this is the sun has fully got already past its high point, a little bit around 1 or 2 o'clock right now, and you see that there are a couple of a little bit of a pathway that's actually been built out. It's not cemented and paved, but it's more stones closely knit together, act as road. And the Emerald Chest will go ahead and lead you guys towards the northern section of town, where you find that there is mainly what seems to be merchant hubs and guild halls. And as you make your way through, you find that a small house surrounded by all these very large 2-story buildings. You find that this small little house with the sign of your clan, Son, hangs above the doorway. He's just in here. If it's all good and same to you, we would rather not get in trouble. We'll just stay outside.
was it? I mean, I could. I can give them a earful or so about this, but yeah. Was it so? Was it? And so I'm just gonna like walk in with like confidence.
Cool. Tuna will follow you in just in case.
Anyone else wants to come see some family drama go down?
Sure.
Alrighty.
Let's-
You might be muted. Never mind. He's there.
No, I'm just looking at spells before that happened. Make sure this works the way I think it does.
That's always smart, right?
Just securing the evidence.
Securing the evidence.
It doesn't last as long as I'd like. Only lasts a minute, so setting that up would be hard. Okay.
Alrighty. We all ready?
Yeah.
Cool.
Let's
And double check anything if you guys want. I'm going on your cue.
Yep, I'm good to go.
Cool. All right.
Guys,
Alright.
only lasts for a minute. I was hoping it would last for an hour and she could just cast it and whenever Sun needs it, he could use it, but with a duration of 1 minute, that's not gonna happen.
Nope. It's gonna be definitely reactionary. Cool. Alrighty, y'all. Let's roll. So, above you see the sigil of the Clan of the Green Veil. Sun, what does it look like?
Let's see. Green Veil is just like a lot of, like was it just like one vine, and then like was it from the top you see like the biggest like what's it, like various vegetables. Like one side has like what is various like it's like leaves of like some kind of plant. I don't know which ones to be specific. Then like, on the other side you see like was it like tomato, like and then like was it gets like the fruits get smaller, like so do the leaves. Was it just to say like signify like how many, what type of like plant was it like agriculture they grow?
Hell yeah! Alrighty.
Okay.
As that sign hangs above you guys, you enter in. You
And so just kind of like as he like he just like smacks the sign, just going.
you see that like you know how like
Just to reach it but can't get there.
Bucket will Tuna will lift you up.
Tim will also smack the sign.
You see that the
You know how like I don't know like no it's
Tim's
like you know how
assuming
like
so, which
what's
is
it
why
like
she's doing
teenage
it.
boys in high school will like when they enter a place like through a door frame they kind of just like smack the door frame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you see that the sign, it's made from like a pretty like good polished stone, but over the years it gets like that dent, like the dirt and the grime that just like naturally occurs. But you see that one part where you slap is like the shiniest part, kind of like when you go to those like Buddha temples and they have the one part that's really shiny.
Yeah, the bronze statue. Yeah.
Exactly. You just see that. As you guys enter in, you find yourself in a very cozy, what looks like to be some sort of home, like just general home. A nice fire is crackling within the hearth, even on this hot day. But somehow it's refreshing. As you enter in, there is a couple of like walls of textbooks and of text, and as well as tables that seem to have like a lot of like ledger work and other things of that nature. And you see that there is a tall tabaxi man. He is tall and lanky, about Sun's height, with his tortoiseshell fur. He's of a calico descent. He has one eye that is like very black, and then there's like a slash of brown, like around on his muzzle, and then he has bright green eyes, and his brown, the kind of like almost as though it's like it cuts into his coat of black, and a little bit of like white, like around of his mouth. It almost looks like kind of like a fake, like a kind of like a goatee sort of set up around his lips, and he wears like a very like formal outfit with like a robe wrapped around and like a tie all neat and tidy, buttoned up shirt, and like sleeves that are been rolled back up to his elbows. And as he's kind of like flicking through like what looks like to be a very large ledger book at his desk, he turns as you open the door, and he sees you, son. And Willard, son.
Was it? Remember how you said I wouldn't make it out there? Guess what? I have a posse now.
And then your posse rolls in. How? He like stands up and he looks at you.
I find ways.
Yeah, I guess you do. How? Well, come on in, and he'll lead you to the couches. I thought you would have been dead by now.
Was it? It's like, was it life always finds a way? I mean, was it? So yeah. Was it? Where's that wench, anyways? She's not here, is she?
She's not here in town. No, I'm sort of the only one here at the moment. Why are you here? Why would you come back? I thought you never wanted to come back.
I was passing by here. I mean, I actually wasn't planning on coming here, but I've heard that you've been stealing food and not giving out to others.
What are you talking about? Why would I steal our own food?
Was it? Wait, was it? Where's Wendell, anyways?
Oh, he is Wendell.
Oh,
It's Wendell.
Yeah, that's Wendell. Sorry. I'm sorry if I didn't make that clear. That's Wendell.
Okay, fine. Was it? Cause like I walked through the village here, and why the fuck was it? Why are they all starving?
We definitely hit a lean season, but they're not starving out there.
Yeah, I mean, was it? We passed by a kid, and like, was it? Kid's so desperate that he tried to resort to thieving. Was it food from your guys?
Up to you how you want to out of character, how you ever want to do your like, if you want to roll insight or other things like that. That is totally up to you. You call it when you want to call it, because this is your interaction. I'm going to roll as much as his mindset. So I'm not going to like try to like give you like, oh hey, you can try to roll insight on this one. I'm just going to be flat and straight, because you guys have been in it for a while. So this is going to be like, if you guys don't want to catch the things that I put down, that's up to you guys. So I just want to make that very clear, because all of this is going to be him, me acting as him, and everyone else that you're going to meet along with the rest of this journey. Cool? Let's get into it.
As they're talking about the boy, Tim's going to turn around and point at the other guys that were escorts
they're right outside.
hostages.
They're outside. They didn't come in.
Oh, okay, well,
Are you going to grab them?
they came in with us.
They didn't come in with you.
Outside the city?
They did not want to. They are outside of the house. They are not inside the building. Do you want to
So what
to
I'm
bring them in?
understanding is right now is no one is outside there with them.
Exactly. No one called it, so I'm rolling with
Go
it.
back outside.
They're gone. You walked in, closed the door, and then Tem, you realize, oh fuck! You go outside, they're gone. They have disappeared.
We have their names. We're good.
Tem is going to spend the next 10 minutes while they're doing their thing, sitting at the front door, ritual casting Animal Messenger.
Sounds a little snitch.
Roll me real quick, so we just like get that squared away before we get into the meat of it all.
I the Animal Messenger.
No. I need Arcana, because I'm assuming you want them to return with no.
Nope.
Okay.
No, I'm just sending these out.
Okay, that's fair.
She's gonna spend the ritual cast 1 for every member and send the same message.
That's 5 of them. Okay.
We will find you.
All right. I'm down with it. Cool. Let's do it. There you go.
That's it.
Okay.
10 minutes per cast. I believe there was 5 of them.
That was
She's
5
gonna
of
be
them.
up there for almost an hour.
Alrighty. I will keep track of that because things might happen. So 50 minutes. I gotta keep track of. Alrighty.
If something interrupts that, so be it. But that is her plan.
No, yeah. Tuna looks at Tem, wondering because everyone agreed to this plan, so she's sort of wondering why she's doing this, and he'll like look out the window as you sit there,
Just sitting in front of the door, doing her thing.
A couple of squirrels, rats, and other things. All right, cool. Willard's gonna see that you go outside, and is your companion all right?
Yes, she's. I think she might be. Was it seeing that like the Scorps and the guys are just not here? It's like, I think she's looking for. Was it the guys you hired? For the what's their names again?
Emerald something.
Emerald something. Yeah.
Someone got it.
Hmm?
Who got it? I heard the name.
Okay.
Emerald chest.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Emerald chest guys. They're.
Oh.
I think she's sending them a message or something.
Oh. They're not so. Did you bring them up here?
Yeah.
Look, I don't know what they were telling you, son, but we were not stealing anything.
Then what is it? Why are was it so much of the villagers like? Was it? That's not what the people in the villages have been telling me.
Son, I think something is going on with you. That's impossible. We've had a rough time of it.
Son starts taking out his little Zikbajewski and is like.
I think as long as you're holding on to it, you don't probably have to draw it.
You have to use. It has to be the focal point of how he's doing his check. That's the only stipend. Yeah. I don't know what you're thinking of. There's no way that any of that happened. Yes, we're having a bit of a dry spell. It hasn't been very good, but it's not like it's nothing bad. Nothing at all.
What was it? And like, what was it? Sounds just like you. Or was it? Then explain to me why. Was it? Then was it? Sorry, just trying to think.
Oh yeah.
We're back on the conversations. What was it? So, but like you say, dry spells, but was it? Seems like when I came up here, it's been looking pretty like healthy and normal, like it's always been since I've grown up here.
I mean, guy shrugs. Son, I don't know what you're trying to get at. Everything's been fine. The business has been healthy. We have this really wonderful little embassy out here in the business district.
Was it? Oh, what was it? Nothing bad's been going on? Like,
He shakes his head.
why are you located here, though? Like, I remember we're, like, a little bit closer. A
We
little bit farther out from here.
we expanded out a bit. I mean, I usually keep my office here. It's closer to home. You know, it's only a day's journey out to get back to the clan.
And a roll, it's like perception on that.
The skill that you're looking for is insight, but yes.
Insight, okay. Roll good for this.
Cool.
You can do it.
You got
Believe
this.
you, son.
Ooh, 19!
19. You know that proof in point, you already knew he was lying, but now that you kind of look, you kind of see like his whiskers twitch a little bit as he like lies to you about like times are just lean, like there's more to it. When he says that there's no trouble at all, you see like a twitch of it in his eye, and then when he talks about how he has this embassy, this small little house surrounded by 2-story buildings, you see that there's a little bit of anger in that as his tail kind of twitches a bit as he's upset by that a little bit. No, we're fine. The business has been going smoothly. The clan it's been stronger than ever. Twitch.
I didn't know that if the clan's been strong, then how come I haven't seen them? The town.
All
I've
hands
never been recognized ASAP, but
all hands on deck. Everyone needs to be back home. Only those who are allowed to that need to be outside are outside. You know the clan rules. See another twitch. Because I'm help selling the merchandise. Your wife is still in charge, but she's back home. She's dealing with everything. Our drought has been bad, and she's just making sure everything runs smoothly. She's entrusted it to me to set everything up outside.
Was it the drought or the fungus that's been affecting? What was it?
Perception check.
Perception. Oh my god, where's that? Oh. It's like 97. That's 16.
All right, with a 16, you see that his tail twitches minutely, but just enough, as you mentioned the fungi. What fungus? What are you talking about? Son, are you sure you're not, been doing some weird, interesting things outside of the village?
I've been doing a lot of weird and interesting things outside of the village. Never fun. It's like, was it? I've met many fun guys around.
He kind of chuckles at that.
Pun.
You still got it, son, even after all these years.
Yeah.
But no, there's nothing wrong. Not at all. Not at all.
Oh, was it? Was it? And then Sun just leans back to like those to like Mo and Tuna. Well, it's like, yeah, was it? You guys saw like that rotting warehouse, right? That like was it that they were keeping their foods in? That was quite the dusty thing there. It's like more, but like not in like was it unused? More like how was it wood? Like what's called wood's been eaten by like mold, right, guys? And like was it? And, like he hopes that it gets to them.
Tuna will
Very decrepit.
Tuna will nod. It was indeed falling apart, as Sun had stated. And he will kind of lean in, and he's going to roll a stealth check to try to whisper to you, Sun. This one is not movement based, so it's not going to be a disadvantage. He's going to try to... Do we kill him? Or do we have to hurt him? Indeed. He's gonna roll a perception check. He does not catch that. Tuna's gonna nod, and he's going. You can see, like behind the chair, you see him prepping a spell. Like he's starting to incantate, make the movements, the semantics, but he has yet to cast the actual, say the words or use the components. So he's just.
See him doing this?
Oh yeah, you totally see it. This is like because. Oh yeah, you totally recognize him. He's about to. He's about to like cast fire breath onto Sun to be used.
Alright,
So he's like prepping the semantics right now, and you can see him doing the semantics and getting it ready, while Tem is still outside. I'll say the first message has gone out by this point.
She'll drop her arms at me like the thing, dance, but like her hands in her head, but really it's just so she can get her hand on the scabbard.
Hell yeah.
Just as a part of this, even though the animals aren't coming back, Tem will know if the message has been delivered or not.
Copy
So
that.
if the spell time's up before it gets there, she'll know that. Or if she knows it's delivered, she'll know that.
Copy that. Cool. There's nothing wrong at all. But that's good. At least you were able to keep your sense of humor. But Son, I know there must be crazy rumors. There was always crazy rumors about us back in the day. Don't you remember when the dwarves kept calling us the addle brains? They would always harass us whenever we did any of our trades. It's like, you remember back in those days? It was never fun sometimes. I mean, before your accident, we had good times, right? You remember.
Yeah, but was it? I'm just asking, because it's like I feel like they have warned us for at least a few times about some blights coming on to our, business. And I think, is it time now or what?
Look, son, I know what you're. You know what? If anything, it's probably them. These villages, they haven't. You know how shitty they are with money.
Are you
Peasants.
sure? Because what is it? What was it? They're pretty good with it, but now when like prices have shot up astronomically, and you wouldn't have like was it? We wouldn't have to. You don't charge. Was it this much money? It's like, and like was it right?
We
For
had
them?
we had to recoup our losses somehow. You know, prices go up, demand gets steeper, population grows. You remember? I know you. I know your family never did the economics of all this. You know, just being the muscle and all.
Was it? I mean, was it? I have other strengths now too. It's like sometimes it's not always about the muscle.
I disagree sometimes on that, but I think we could agree that it's definitely the brains. And son, you never had that.
It's like, oh, I sure do know I don't have it, but what is it? Sometimes it's like you sure can just fuck your way through life. It's like, and what? And was it? And you sure are? Was it? Because this is truly maidenless behavior right now.
We're talking about maidenless behavior now.
It's like it sounds like trying to get more intimidating here.
No, yeah. Son. God, I haven't heard that in such a long time. We're not kids anymore. We're adults.
Yeah, I know.
Look, son,
But
I know there's something. It's probably their thing, is what you're noticing. If their buildings are going down to shit, it's because they're not taking care of them properly. That's not my fault. And yes, it's a bad season, but we're fine.
was it? Sounds like walking around him this time. He's
Oh,
swiping up,
he'll
like, what's it like? On like the counters, is like, I don't know about that, my dude. It's like finding dust around.
he gets up and he kind of like walks up to you. Son, I know you have been gone for a long while, and I don't want to spoil this moment with your accusatory manner. Let's just be civil.
I've just been pretty civil.
Now, when you call me this maidenless behavior, now that is not civil, and you know that to be true, son.
About you being maidenless, yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna be the bigger cat. Look. I'll be honest. Bad time. We're not stealing anything. I don't know who this emerald you're talking about is. I've never heard of that name before.
Was it? Let's see what I can do.
Your passive perception beats it. That's a full lie.
It's like,
Especially since the guy gave us his name anyways.
yeah. It's like, what's his name again?
Who are we thinking about? I'll give it to you right now if you're asking like reminders of all the characters you've met so far.
What's his name? The guy who like wasn't through the dagger at Charlie.
That was Emerald. That was Emerald.
Yeah.
You never mentioned his name yet. Only he's the one who mentioned his name.
Emerald. Was it really? Because was it? Why was Emerald? Just like, was it throwing it like a knives at or like child? Why? It's like.
I don't know who this Emerald is, son. I've never heard of this name before. I don't know what this. I mean, if you found a criminal that is throwing knives at kids, I mean, that's a good thing. It's a good thing you're able to stop that. We weren't able to stop much.
Was it? Can I like try? I wasn't wandering to the books over there to see if they have any like fungals like.
Okay. Go ahead and walk over. Yeah, if you go ahead and walk over, go ahead and roll me a perception check real quick. You still have your
guys-
you have your glasses
Yeah,
on. You have your glasses on, and I'm gonna grant that this is gonna still count you advantage
Okay.
because you had your whole altered everything. By this time, the second one is gone. The first message
Yeah, I
has
just
been
have to
received.
Fix the message because we will find you. Now, how Tim would say that. She would say it as, "You can sneak hide, but we will seek find."
Cool. The first message has been received, and the second message has been sent out. The first message got received about 3 minutes into into the other spell.
So they're close by.
They are very close by.
Was it 15?
15. As you look around, you do see that there's a couple of books that do seem to be related to fungal, like sort of like how to rid yourself of poisonous to poison, poison and natural poisons that occur within nature. But for regions that don't belong in this marshland, but more into a forest more into a mountainous sort of range rather than this like grasslands that you're currently in, because you need to make that extra day to get back to the clan of the Green Veil in order to get into that mountainous range. So you know this is related to it. There has to be. There's no other thing that it would be.
So the son just picks up the book. It's like, was it? You've been reading a lot about, was it?
I have
What's called poisons and whatnot.
I have pastimes. I have hobbies. Look, I don't get why you're being all this accusatory. I haven't seen you in 8 years, and suddenly you come in saying that we're stealing. I don't get it, son. I'm confused.
Have you? Was it? What? Then like, was it? Show me your records then, huh? Seeing like, was it? Did you? If you guys got like.
Twitch of the tail. Why do you need to see the records, son?
Why was it? Usually just give it to me, and it's like, was it? Show it to me, you know, like.
Son, you're not part of the family anymore. I can't show you the sensitive records.
Was it? Was it? Can like Mo, it's like some just gesture to Mo to like go to like what's called the desk over there.
Now hold on, and as you gesture over, what are you doing, Mo?
Mo, like he was pointing his snout, and Mo's gonna start walking over to the desk. Just
Now hold on, no, you cannot look at those, and he's going to like start running over to try to stop you. Son, do you want to do anything about it?
Was it? Is he wearing a cloak, by the way?
He's not wearing any cape or anything. He's just wearing like his like vest, and it's like buttoned up, and his tie and like trousers. He has no cloak on. Willard doesn't have any cloak on, but you have all your shit with you if you want to do something with it.
All right. Was it? I'm gonna try. Was it? Because I was like, what's it? I want to try just like tossing a knife like into like my dagger.
Oh, in front of him,
like,
like as in his like way of walking.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Roll me your attack roll just to see how accurate it is. If it's too low, it's going to hit him automatically. But it's going to hit him without having to beat his AC because he's a civilian. He has only an AC of 5. You can hit him without even trying. But we're just going to see how accurate this is.
like
He's
getting
a
that close
civilian
to scare him.
that knows dragon's breath.
No. That was Bucket. That was Tuna.
Bucket is preparing to do. Sorry, yeah, Tuna is preparing to give
Mm.
Son
Okay.
Dragon's Breath if need be.
No, yeah.
13
I thought the
total.
other guy was.
No, my apologies. I don't think I made that clear. What was it?
13 total.
As he runs forward, your knife just appears out of nowhere in front of him, and he stops.
It's like usually you're not so scared, but you're usually quite open. What's the matter, my good dude?
Son, you know we can't share those things. You know your wife is gonna hate it.
Was it? What else do I have to lose? I've already lost a lot, and I gained something else in the end. So
You guys are
what
still
you should do?
you guys are still technically married. You're never divorced.
Whatever.
Mo, you easily walk over as he tries to like reach out to stop you. Bucket is gonna pull out a dagger because he sees you're using a little bit of violence.
I'd like to
He's not gonna-
my strength
He's not. Bucket is just gonna walk up, pull out his dagger. He's still getting ready to cast it, but now he's gonna cast it on himself if needed. But he's just gonna pull out his dagger and hold it up to like keep him from getting any closer to Mo, just because he sees you throw the knife. So he's like, all right, violence is now necessary. He's just gonna be ready. Mo, you pick up the records and you see. Go ahead and roll me an investigation check.
You want me to look through them? I was gonna, like,
I mean, Mo, you can look at it right now, or if you can hand it over, up to you. Whatever you guys want. If whoever's going to look at it needs an investigation check.
I'll pick it up. Like, son, do you want to flip through, or am I looking for something in particular?
Let's both do it.
I believe we should be looking for the specific dates of within the last month. That would be our most recent records, and then conferring with that, with their 3 months prior, we'll have a general understanding of whether it was a decline or an increase.
Sounds good to me.
Now, by this time, the other message has gone back, and again, within 3 minutes, that first message got received. That second message was received.
So that also means they're not moving.
They're somewhat close by.
Where they are.
Yeah.
From what it seems like.
I got a 16 for
I got 13.
Alrighty. As you look around and as you take Bucket's suggestion, as Willard his hands up, waiting as Bucket is like holding his knife out, or ready for you guys to say the word. You find that there has definitely been a decline. You look even further back, a past couple of years, it has been less and less and less. If anything, this is probably the worst it's been yet. There is literally they are losing money just by growing a crop and barely making anything. They're in so much debt that they are in debt to the dwarves, just beyond the mountains, that they are trying to keeping funding going for them. They are essentially dying. The business is dying.
Looks like desperation for thievery.
And the funds, what little there are, is being slightly recuperated by repossessed food from other local farmers.
Was it? Wow, you sure have reached new lows, my dude.
Look, and he starts to tries to take a step, but Bucket keeps the dagger up. Look, all right. Look, we had a really intense infestation. I don't know what it is, but it's making everything sick. Everyone is still back home trying to fix it, but every day they're there, it's not looking good, son, all right? We had to figure out something. We couldn't let the family die. You know how it is. The clan has to come first.
And you're gonna let everybody else do that? Jeez, my good dude.
Why do you care about these other people? They don't give a shit about us.
I mean, what is it? They have, but what is it? I'm not gonna lie. I kind of see why they don't want to after being kicked out. You guys were never the best, and you guys are just making it worse for yourselves.
We provide food for this entire side of the country, and you know that to be true.
Yeah, but why do you have to steal it back, my good dude?
Because we need to make the profits back. We're losing money. We have to hire more guards. We have to get outside help just to even get to help those who are recovering. Look, son, it's bad. Okay? Is that what you want to hear? Is that what you want to hear? It's fucking bad.
Alright. Good.
You were always such an asshole.
Oh, I mean, what is it? Kinda had to be with this family.
Fine. You know what? Fine. We're in debt. It's not good. If anything, we're going to have to sell the land, and we're not going to make any money off of it. It has been infected by some weird fungus, and I can't tell you what's going on with it, okay? Is that what you want to hear?
Okay. Maybe it's time to pay a visit to the family, then.
What are you going to do about it?
We'll see what's going on with that fungus, then.
Fine. If you want to, go for it. But just leave the business alone, okay? And if you can help it, great. She's not going to be happy or go back home.
Yeah, but, what is it? Was it? That's none of your business in the end, but, I turned to Mo and, what's it? And Tuna's there. Not what's the kobold? Yeah.
Tem.
They're
Tem.
outside. Don't worry about it.
You got your next
Technically blocking the door.
message returned. Message sent out. 3 minutes still.
Was it you? Was it you guys want to see what's up? Was it with the fungus?
Your call, son.
I'd be most intrigued.
I am curious about this thing too, cause yeah. Was it if you guys are okay with it?
If it's what you want to do, son. I'm with you.
All right then.
Cool. Alrighty. As you guys look to each other, and Willard, hand still up, you recall your knife. Good luck. I don't think you're gonna like it when you get back home.
Yeah. Well, that's just how it is.
And he's
By the
gonna.
sounds of it, there was never anything to like to begin with.
There was sometimes, but recent memories have been tainted.
What was your wife's name? I'm trying to find it, but I can't find it.
Was it?
Because you call her Mumble. I found that part, but I can't remember her proper name.
Hold on. Let's just see. A lark song. There it is.
A Lark Song. Okay. Say hi to Lark Song for me. And you
And
close.
then like son just like shuts the door.
You see the camera, as you guys exit out, the camera returns back to him standing there. He looks down at the place where your dagger used to be. I gotta get out of here. And he walks to the back room. And you guys are outside. Tam, your final, for the sake of serendipity, we'll say that the entire thing took the 50 minutes. All messages went out, 3 minutes every time.
Was it? So you having fun there, my good dude? Tem?
Wouldn't call it fun. Good news, they're nearby.
Oh.
Bad news,
Are we-
don't know where.
Are we to
Are we getting them to escort us to the other place, or what are we doing with them? Is there any
I know how to
particular-
get there.
I don't believe that
Alright,
would be
so-
required, no.
But let's just go and buy some stuff first.
Should we gather horses?
I mean, I guess.
Or, well, I do understand that you can fly, but that you would require to exhaustion, would it not? To fly
Well,
out.
it depends. Because I can spend a vast majority in the air just gliding, and it doesn't expend any exhaustion. I can spend days flying.
Intriguing.
I do a lot of traveling with how my flock does things. Flying is very important.
Indeed.
So, MS make good on threat. Must seek find.
Alright.
Are-
Is there any particular reason why we're hunting them down?
Was it pay family visit?
No, I mean like the ones that we're...
That ran off.
Yeah.
They said they wouldn't run.
Uh-huh.
Now they have.
So, what do you want to do then, little...
I mean, honestly, I was thinking of just getting some supplies and then, like, heading over the next day.
Yeah, no, I'm fine with that too, but if little one here wants to make do on a threat,
My argument would be that if we were to we could find their location and maybe even take the supplies that they do have. They are part of an organization, are they not? That is currently employed by Willard.
Was it? I could just say, was it? Was it? I mean, was it? I feel like we could just tell them that they might be out of a job soon and then just leave at that.
Multiple objectives achieved. I can agree with that.
Yeah, we don't have
Sure.
to kill them or anything. Please
Okay.
Indeed.
But be like, you lost your job.
don't. Not because you guys are incompetent. But,
You need unemployment. Fuck you. Just start backing away.
How was it? Oh yeah, it's like. I mean, if we find them, like, we're just gonna tell them that they're unemployed because their employer cannot, like, literally afford them by now.
Cool. Alrighty then. So, how are we doing it? How do you want to find these folks?
Well, if they're not far, I mean, I can just fly up and have a look.
First things first, Tem is going to make a survival check to see if she can find any tracks of them.
Copy that. Go ahead and roll it. Let's see it. Let's find it. Find them.
Ouch.
Kill them.
7.
You think you see tracks, but then they are muddied up by other people walking by. While this is a little quieter side of town, it is still the business center, so there is a lot of like other guild members and other guilds walking around making their rounds. You see a courier every now and then too.
Can I give the help action for investigation or no?
Yeah, go for it. Totally.
Go ahead, bro. Roll again.
Roll at advantage. Let's roll it.
Tempted to add a few other things on top of that before I make the second roll, but I would have had to call it for the first roll as well, wouldn't I?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you just get to roll it again.
I got 6 on my investigation.
That's no better. That's a 10.
Oh my god.
With 10 and 6, you think you find it for a moment, but then you see that a cart had rolled over it within the 50 minutes, so it is lost again, and there is like a little bit of mud with it. Son, you look around, it's nothing's helping.
So, was it time for you to fly up, Mo?
Before she flies away, she's going to give her guidance.
Cool. Guidance. You get a plus D4, Mo, to your any skill check. Tuna's, as you fly up, Tuna's gonna look to you, son.
Any ability check, so it would include just a raw strength.
Tuna's gonna look to you. Tuna's gonna look to you.
Just for clarification.
Gonna look to you real quick. Don't you have your string of finding?
Oh, right.
Oh yeah.
As Mo flies up. Mo.
I mean, I can still have a look.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me a perception check with, in addition to your D4. And the DC's lowered down because you're in the air.
Okay, and then we'll put this 1d4.
Uh-huh.
I got a 15.
You got it right on the mark. Jesus Christ. I don't know. You guys look around, you see that the cloaks that you have seen them wear this entire time, they're huddled together in like a trash can, and you see it's like a couple like alleys away, and you see that there's a lot of like bright blue jays, like the Wayward blue jays that Tem had used prior. You see a lot of them are like 5 of them oddly are like huddled within the same like rooftop, and they're kind of as though they had done their task, but then they found seeds.
So just hanging out menacing, like, haha, we delivered a message.
Yeah, they're just kind of hanging out, but there's like a lot of them.
Tem's exact points.
Mm-hmm. And there was just a lot of them. There's a lot of them. There's 5 of them sitting there, and it's like Wayward Jays. You never really see them all that often, especially together. So that's already a rarity in and of itself.
Well, found him.
All right.
Alrighty.
Follow me.
All right, then.
Excellent. And you guys make your way through.
I'll fly over and I'll land on the rooftop and perched over like a gargoyle, like,
Just giggles. Before Tem starts moving, she's gonna cast Pass Without a Trace.
Oh. All right. Okay. So are you gonna come down for Pass Without a Trace, or are you just gonna stay in the air?
Me?
Yeah, you.
I would come down, land on the rooftop, and come down.
Before you fly up over them, Tem waves you down for
I see.
a second.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
All right.
And then she'll cast Pass Without a Trace on Tuna, Sun, Mo, and herself.
Cool. Hell yeah. All right. We have a +10 to our stealth, which is very good because I roll at disadvantage. Tuna's gonna ask real quick. Do we need to? We are sure not killing them. Is that correct?
No, we are not.
Threaten.
I'm scaring the shit out of them for breaking
Understood.
breaking their promise.
Cool.
Just
Understood.
only follow up on the threat, so they're not like, oh, the next time we see them.
Tem got a 17 for herself.
Nice. Bucket got a 21.
I got a net 20.
33 total. Stealth, because you guys are going to be quiet about this. You see that the Blue Jays are hovering. There's 2 houses in this alleyway. You see that the Blue Jays are on the right side house, and there is an addition. There's 2 homes.
What? 21.
21
Your
plus.
plus 10?
Yeah, plus with my plus 7. Yeah.
Okay, so the plus 10 on top of that.
Yeah, no,
That's
16
that's.
plus 7.
Okay.
Okay, so then that's your 31. Cool. So yeah, you saw it. You got fucking it. Even with tuna. All right, let's do this. You guys easily sneak your way in. You like fly up, land onto the thing. The Blue Jays fly away as you like basically take up. You see that there's like a little like seed feeder like sitting on like the side of the wall. You land down. You're fairly certain they're inside because you don't see any of them on the like outside in the street. When you guys come up it's an inn, and it seems to be a bit of a little crowded, and there seems to be a fair amount of people in there. And you guys are being stealthy about it, so you're able to like sneak in with no one really paying attention to you walking in. Mo, are you gonna stay outside, or are you gonna like jump in?
Can I see them through the window?
Not really. It's hard to tell. There's a lot of people around.
Then I'll just go in with everybody else, I guess.
I'm sorry. It's a
back.
busy inn. Alrighty, cool. Sneaking in, is everyone sneaking in the back?
Oh, I'll look back.
Okay, cool. Fair enough. Okay, cool. For the sake of not anyone being by themselves, Bucket will join you in the back. Cool. Or sorry, Tuna will join you in the back. All right. So as you guys enter in, you find this crowded tavern. There seems to be like the lunch rush. Like the after lunch rush. There is some music going on. There is a lot of people talking, and it is very packed. And you know for a fact that they don't have their cloaks on because you've seen them thrown away into the trash. So go ahead, everyone. Roll me a perception check.
How's the lighting?
It is dark.
Pretty good, I imagine. Oh. I got a 4. I don't see them.
Not 1.
15 and a 3. Oh my god, thank god you're here.
You know, this is Tim.
Everyone looks around. No one can see anything. Tem, you notice out of the corner of your eye, you see Emerald standing by one of the back tables. He's like standing up with like a couple of like tankards, and he's like placing them down in front of the rest of the emerald chest.
Tem will point out the group, slowly make her way over.
With your stealth still active, you guys are easily like bobbing and weaving. They're not noticing.
I'm gonna grab a chair. Once I'm close enough, I'll start dragging it deliberately.
Alright.
So catch fish just like notice me. I don't have it placed backwards. So I can sit down and just like, hi.
You see that Emerald, like, he hears the chair, but he doesn't really think anything of it. He places it down. Drink up, lads. We're gonna enjoy at least a little bit of freedom before we have to get back home. And then... Hi. He turns, fuck.
But Mo can't smile, so it'd be very serious goose face. Hello.
Tem can't really smile either, so people kind of go, "Oh, you we'd see fine."
Tuna's gonna like click his side, and his eyes are gonna turn red.
Well, someone's just like,
Hello.
he's like, yeah, came here to tell you that, like, your employer cannot afford you guys, because I've seen all the records, so, good luck, my good dudes.
You will then have no money, which then you will not be able to foster children and afford them, and then your lines will die eventually, and that your existence will no longer be applicable.
Oh my
I'm
god.
gonna pull out a deck of cards, go through the Joker, and put it down on the table. And underneath that is 1 copper piece.
They'll look at you. with all that going on. No, yeah,
She's not gonna take the card back. Eventually, the card
will disappear. No, yeah,
leave again.
no, yeah, no, yeah. They're gonna look around, seeing all this happen, and Tuna essentially describing them failing at life. And your copper piece, everyone, and also I want to point out, half the majority of the party can't make emotes. Like it's
Yeah.
only Sun who has expressions. Everyone else is pretty much stone faced. So I really want to point that out.
Yeah.
That's why she had the Joker card specifically.
And so then he's gonna wait. What do you mean by we're not getting our pay? We're not getting paid?
You guys probably will, but like after that.
So
No guarantee.
so
I
then
mean, you
are you?
guys will be. I'm sure of that. I'm sure of that. But yeah, I wasn't. I'm just saying, shit's gonna go down, and it's probably gonna go down even worse.
Are you gonna fix this?
I don't know if I can fix it per se, but I might be able to. I don't know, figure out what's the cause of it.
Well,
Well, depends on what he wants.
all right. Well, I'm just gonna let you know it's. I don't think it's fixable, and if anything, we might have to leave the valley.
I mean, it seems like it's gonna be inevitable, and it seems like your employer might also be leaving the valley soon.
Willard's like gonna leave?
From the sounds of it, maybe. I don't know.
Let's just say the visit didn't go very according to plan for him.
Indeed, his business is a failure. Well,
Yeah.
I guess so are you gonna kill us or not? Because I really want to
No,
know.
I'm not going to, but I don't know why. These guys are all kind of wild cards here. I don't have full control of these guys.
Tuna does not believe he is wild. He believes he is direct.
Emma's
It's
gonna
like-
give her
it's
best
like
Goofy
a-
smile.
What was it?
He's gonna click his eyes to green.
It's a figure of saying, was it tuna?
Oh, indeed, intriguing.
Yes.
He's quite. Okay.
It's fun for me at this point.
All
I
right.
just want to prove. No point in you run. Who said we were done?
Well, we did say we were just.
We seek fight.
We told you we were going to lead you there. We didn't say we were going to introduce you to anyone.
Fair enough, yeah. Anyways, you guys have fun. And, like, Sun just, like, sets down, like, one gold coin. And it's like, whatever. You know what? Drinks are on me, I guess, or whatever.
They look at the gold coin. They look at the tankards. Each of them cost about a couple silver each. They're not going to argue it, so they're just going to leave it be.
Yeah.
Well, with that done, well, you know.
Tuna then like turns over. almost watched Tana die there.
Oh yeah, I forgot the freaking attack. Those are down balance. So like, oh shit. And then, yeah.
Tuna will look to them. We wish you well on your travels. And he'll turn his eyes back to blue, and he'll come back. Just click, yeah. It takes a second. He has to like go through orange, purple, green in order to get back to blue. It's gonna.
It's like the LED lens, and you're like, no, I don't want that color.
Yeah.
Nope. Oh, there it is.
And it's like you gotta.
Get past the option wall again.
Yeah, it's like I gotta go again. He'll follow you guys out. Yeah, we're going to remove those pieces. Eventually, they will like pick up the piece, and then they will look at it, and then the card will, and they'll see that the card fades, and a copper piece is left behind, and they'll like add that to the pile for their coins, for the.
In my eyes, that's the intentional way of fucking with people because you intentionally tip them nothing.
True. There. All right, cool. The party leaves the crowded inn, putting the fear of God into some unlucky fucks. Jesus Christ! Like,
yeah, let's do it.
holy shit, y'all!
Step as she goes along now.
This was indeed fascinating and interesting to learn. I don't believe we've ever intimidated someone so much that they had urinated.
What?
Oh, one of the Henry was the one who had urinated.
Huh.
Oh, poor dude. What was it?
Cool.
Well,
All right.
next up was additional supplies and horses.
Indeed.
Yes.
Oh, everything frozen.
You're freezing up for us too.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So where are we? We're just getting supplies. So
And get back.
it's easy to find, son. You're able to easily
Yeah.
find it. Just down the way, you find the market. It's still open fairly. Now it's like time has passed by. At least it's kind of around 7 o'clock ish or so. You're able to find the marketplace. What do we want to buy?
Potions of healing. Forgot that. I burned through all mine. Yeah.
True.
Last fight with the spiders, I burned through them all.
That was intense. Let me find generals. Let me get the table out. And we're looking for potions. Or we're looking for anything else.
Oh, I mean, I'll always keep my eyes open for anything that I can from monk.
Gotcha. Let's see.
Not limited.
To look for additional potions. You left a couple.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and do.
And she'd look for more alchemical supplies and maybe a place to see if she can sell her potion of Misty Step.
Okay. You can find a potion shop fairly easy, so we're gonna do it there since you can have pretty much everything that you guys are looking for. As you enter into Madame's boutique. All right. Madame's boutique. You see that they have a fairly intense selection of items around. You see that not a lot of it. You see that not a lot of the people that are here are generally like people a little bit like your class of like they are either travelers a lot, they make a lot of money around, or they're like very richy people. A little bit like better than a commoner and not as like great at not as much as a noble. As you enter into the shop, you see that a sort of gypsy woman with black hair and like a turban wrapped around, long shawl, and like very like bright and like colored satin like dress comes to greet you. Welcome, my children. Madame's is open to all who are interested in the arcane potion making arts. And I'll go ahead and get you your potion, your laboratory music. Go for it.
Was it? You got any potions of healing? Because I sure would like to get some more.
Oh, of course, indeed, my children. And she will like take you over to the side of the shop, and she has a couple of potions of healing. You're seeing that there are a lot of them are of the. She does have the max of the greater variety, but she doesn't have anything better than that. And there are, of course, the basics as well. There's a couple of others. You see a couple of potions of poison. You see what you believe is a potion of love, as it kind of like bubbles with little like hearts, but like very cartoony hearts within the bottle. You see a one that you see one that kind of bubbles like as though there's like a little bit of like a mountain, as though it's like gravel that's bubbling within. You also see a couple of ones that have like air bubbles blowing in around into it, as well as one that seems to look like as though it increases and then it shrinks back down, and it increases and shrinks back down as a liquid. And a couple of other interesting potions.
Healing potions are there?
You only see 5 at the moment.
How much for your potions for greater healing?
Well, right now we are running a current special. We can, for my lovely children, you seem to be very well versed in traveling. How about 75 gold pieces apiece?
Fun?
Was it 75? Was it Was it usually they're hmm.
They're around 50 normally or something?
Yeah, usually aren't they like around 50?
Oh, maybe in some other places, but in here we have them at a very special cost. Home brewed here right in town. And she shows like like behind, she sees like, you see her kind of like her laboratory of like potion making.
Oh, speaking of homebrew, Tem will go through her bag and pull out the potion of Misty Step. For anyone who hasn't seen this thing, it is a small vial filled with a white, almost milky substance.
Mm-hmm.
That's thick and coats the walls of this vial. She puts it on the table. How much for sale?
It would be, hold on, let me get you, here you are. Let me get you your music.
Or anything?
She's going to look at it, and she's going to she's going to pick it up and kind of look it over a little bit.
Sorry, she just poked me. Jesus Christ.
I hate that. I know that. She's going to pick it up and look at it. This is very much homebrewed. As she kind of looks it over.
Very, yes.
And she kind of looks at it. She's going to make a check. She got a natural 20. She's going to look at it. This seems to be a potion of a Misty Step. Is that correct?
Could be, yes, yes.
But it doesn't all just do that, right? This seems very negative attunement to it. I'd have to fix it, so I wouldn't buy it for as much as you would like it for, but how about, let's do 30 gold pieces?
35.
Persuasion check.
Use this. Oh, God.
That's why I said, like, son. The moment, like, you started bargaining, it's like, son.
No one wanted to compile their shit. It's alright.
So,
With an 8, she kind of scoffs. My darling, I have to fix this this potion. It would not be useful to sell something that is so harmful to my customers.
Not harmful. Just use an extreme situation.
He'll reach out for it back.
If that,
I mean, was it? And Sun's just like, I mean,
She'll give it back?
like, was it? Sun's just like, I mean, was it? It was something like that. And, you know, was it? In certain situations, that means should fetch a higher price, you know? Like, that thing is very potent.
and I would agree that it would be definitely useful in certain situations, but if it causes harm to the customer who drinks it, then that puts me at a very bad light, does it not? Don't you understand?
Then you should know that what the effects should cause, right?
Indeed, that is why I have to fix it. It's going to cost more to fix this potion than to purchase it right now. Which is why I'm offering the 30 pieces. I'm so terribly sorry, darling, but you weren't able to pull a fast one on me. She'll wink.
Was it?
You don't want the... she'll give it back to you then, Tem.
Yep.
Cool.
Was it? So I guess Sun's just like, fine. Was it? But 50. It's like, was it 50? Like what's it called 50 stuff? Like
70 got
pieces.
Oh,
For like
for the greater healing potions. Gotcha. If we want to do 50, go ahead and roll it. If we want to do 50, if we want to do 50, we could maybe.
26.
You are such lovely darlings, and however, I did not appreciate you trying to sell me bad goods. How about we do, let's say, 70 gold pieces?
I mean, I don't know if it would help the situation, Jules, but you can throw your weight around with the whole clan thing.
Was it? Right. Was it? I guess, like, was it somewhere from, like, the very, like, what's it? Like, it's like, sounds like, okay, whatever, and then just, like, pulls out, like, from, like, the very deep pockets of his, like, shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he pulls out, like, was it a little disc? It's, like, a little metal disc, and it shows, like, the clan's, like, crest, I guess. Yeah, crest.
Gotcha.
It's, like, yeah.
He'll...
Like,
She'll go ahead and look at it as you pull it out. My darling, are we a part of the clan?
Yes.
Is this official clan business then?
Yes.
Indeed. Well, I still don't appreciate you not trying to sell me inferior goods. However,
And try sell.
you,
And not me.
you, you all are together, are you not, my darlings?
And temporary traveling. Them know them 3 days.
Yeah, was it? She's
Indeed.
just, she's just a little tag along for now.
Well, that's still, I still feel a little cheated, but because it is for the clan, how about I do the usual price of 60?
Was it? Go for 55? Was it because, was it?
60 still good.
Yeah,
My-
was it? Was it? Like, I'm pretty sure, what is it? One of my members is like, well, does like, oh, a few favors.
I mean, that is true, my darling, but we have to still make some money.
Fine, 60 it is.
60 it is. She'll shake your hand, and the potions are there.
Yay.
300
Oh,
for all 5 of them if you guys want to.
The bucket doesn't use them, obviously. Right?
Well, Bucket uses them, but they're like, like RP wise, it's still unclear how it works. But he'll still use them. Yeah, it just works. He'll still use them.
I love it.
Bucket's like, Tuna's like, I'm sorry, God damn it.
No,
Tuna's gonna be like, Tuna would still appreciate
placebo,
it.
That's it.
There you go. Tuna's gonna still appreciate it.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
Alright.
Sam was gonna peek her head off the counter.
How much for regular?
I will be selling those. Let me look at my notes. I'll be selling those for about 25 gold pieces apiece.
And
Oh, I'm sorry. 50. That's my apologies. I was looking at the wrong number.
Alright, so it's 60 for the greater and 50 for the regular.
Hold on. Did I misread my whole notes? Oh shit! I did misread my whole notes. Oh, that's why I'm looking at the wrong number. I'm looking at the buying price. 150 for the greater healing, but we'll stick with that. So then we're gonna knock it down. We'll keep it to 25. That's my bad. We'll keep that up. That's my bad.
It's okay.
Roll it. 25 and 2. Go ahead and subtract 50.
2 regular.
Cool.
Give her.
Then there's 10 there's 10 total. She will look at the platinum with a kind of like a little bit of air of surprise. I haven't seen much of these around in a very lately. And she'll like shake her, like move her hand and sleight of hand them away.
So if there's 5 graders, do we just want to do 1 each?
Yeah.
Tuna would appreciate that.
Alright.
Hem's got graders.
Okay.
Oh,
That still leaves 2 extra. I can afford 2 greater, but I can't afford any lessers.
I mean, was it? Some just has like one. It was 3 in total, so like. So yeah.
Tem have 2 greater and with you purchase 3 lesser.
I'll take 2 greater then if I'm able to, because it'll come in handy.
Yeah. Was it? Sounds good with like his current amount. So yeah.
Cool.
I'll subtract 160. Sorry, 120 from mine. Oh, I only got for 1 regular. I'll do that. Do 1 regular, because it's better to have 1. So 145 gold total for me.
Cool.
And one more thing.
And Tem's just gonna try to get her to lean over so she can whisper into her ear.
Sure.
What have for poisonous plants?
Oh, well, if we are looking for something that you ought to create on your own, I do have Dead Men's Bells. I have a small collection of them.
Of what, sorry?
Dead Men's Bells. You're going to find it in the Grasslands section, Spring. They're vibrantly colored, shaped, patterned, bell-shaped flower bloom by the dozens from a single tail spike. It is the whole plant, and you would have to ingest it, but it is a 2d6 poison.
More looking for something that can be applied rather than eat.
Intriguing. Well, I can... She kind of thinks about it for a moment. I might have some extra stock, but let me just see. And she'll kind of dig through her stock. Let's see if she actually has any of the salves available.
Injury is what she's looking for.
Injury. I see. Oh, skin. Gotcha. Let's see. She pulls out a a couple of like live frogs sitting in a little like a water tank, and she pulls it out to you. She places them down. You will find them in the jungle section. Golden frog. They're just bright yellow with a black underside, and they have poisonous, but they are only paralyzing on suffocation. They paralyze the lungs specifically.
Yay! Respiratory failure.
And it'll be their skin itself.
Jungle Spring?
Repeat that one more time.
Said it was Jungle Spring?
Yes, under Jungle Spring.
Golden frog. But black undersides. Oh, easily missed.
How much for one?
I can sell you a single frog skin for, let's say, 5 gold pieces.
Let me take 2.
Indeed. And she will go ahead and give you those. Go and mark those off.
5 gold each, so 1 more platinum.
Yep. She'll take it. She looks at you as you just basically are throwing away these platinum pieces, and she's like, it must be very nice to be an adventurer to work the way around.
Some big paydays, some small paydays. Have to be careful with what buy.
Indeed. And alright, cool. You're easily able to add that. Essentially what it's going to be is going to be like a solve that you can add if you're applying it to something. You can actually add it to your... Yeah. Cool.
Are
And
you done, Tim?
we'll get into that.
Yes. I'm good.
Because I just realized I have 4 potions in my bag that I'll probably never use.
Oh.
So,
What are we looking for? What are we looking to sell off?
potions of water breathing. I got 4 of them.
Ooh, potions of water breathing. We don't use them very often, but every now and then it would be very useful to have. I can buy them off you for 90 gold pieces apiece.
Sold.
Indeed. She'll go ahead and give you the money. 90 for each. You said 3 in total? 4 total. She'll go ahead and give you for the 90 each.
Okay, and let's calculate real quick because I cannot do math.
Mathicals.
90 times 4 is 160. 360.
Cool. Add that to your
Woo!
add that in.
Got it out! Feeling good.
Woo.
I have more money now than I had walking into the shop.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you guys want to get rid of? I'll go ahead and cut to the chase if you guys want.
No, I don't think there's anything else that I need to clear out of my bag because everything else is just tool sets and my tea set, my water skin,
Gotcha.
a javelin.
Do you guys want any acids, poison, tonics for like if you were to be poisoned, anything like that? There's also like just general stuff, if you're interested in any of that, and as well as like supply kits.
I mean, what was it? I guess like some could go like anything for the it's like, was it for was it like fungal? Is it growth like around like you see or like on it's like outside like what's it called when like in houses or trees and whatnot?
So kind of like an anti-tonic essentially.
Yeah, basically.
There's nothing that seems to kill. There's no plant killer. It's mainly for like personal use. So like if you were to be poisoned, this would help mitigate the poison.
So you have antidotes essentially.
Essentially.
Remedies.
Are they magical cure-all antidotes, or are they specific antidotes to specific things?
There are specific ones to specific things. These ones are more specifically to like the poison effect. They do have as well as acid effect, but other items not in that specific thing. They're more.
Poison works very differently in D&D, doesn't it?
Yeah,
If you have poison condition, you have disadvantage on attack.
Mhm.
It doesn't hurt you. It doesn't kill you though.
Doesn't deal damage. No.
No. But you can be dealt damage by poison, by poison damage, but it's different from the poison condition. There's that whole thing.
Tem will also pick up one of the poison.
Cool. She'll give you the antitonic for 50 gold pieces.
Oof.
They're going very rare right now, so she's upselling.
Fine. Another 5 platinum pieces.
She'll take them. She looks very surprised that you still have even more, and she'll kind of she'll push a vial of alchemy fire to you. Would you be interested in maybe something a bit more? It's for good for.
You can make fire just fine.
No, but this is alchemist fire, and she will show you. She'll make a minor illusion of what it does, and she shows that how stone it even burns through stone and some steel, and she'll make those illusions and very much like an ad for alchemy fire, and she does the whole low price for only 60 gold pieces.
M can also melt just fine.
But this will be instantaneous, and this can help out in the most dire of situations.
What was it? And what was it?
Some paydays good, some paydays bad. Have to be careful with what's meant. If Tem can make fire and Tem can melt metal, Tem don't need it.
Oh, my poor
that's
darling.
why we carry her around, Son says.
Tem can't keep your poison. Tem can heal, but may eventually run out. Gotta have backup. Tem can make infinite fire and can melt infinite metal.
She looks sad as you don't don't listen to her ad, and she'll kind of pout a bit.
Oh, she listened to it.
Yeah. I mean, no, she's still gonna feel bad. All right, anything else you guys want?
You know what? I'll take one of those poison remedy, whatever, as well. So
Yeah, same. I'll take one too.
She'll.
minus 50.
Oh, you know what? I just realized you did show off your whole sigil, and you're part of the group. So give yourselves back 10 gold pieces per item that you had bought. That's my bad. I should have just given you the discount price.
Regular potions, those was already knocked down, right?
Well, if
Those
that's
are
the case, if she's getting 10 gold back for every item, she only spent 5 on each of the frog skins, so she actually gained 10 gold.
Those ones she wouldn't discount you because they were just material items, but the potions. Just the potions, yeah.
So it's 40 for the poison?
40 for the poison. Yes. That's my apologies.
Right,
I forgot you had pulled it out.
Yeah, 40 for me too.
Are you gonna? Yeah, if you're gonna buy that, go ahead and just knock off 40 off of your gold.
Push potion of
As,
poison resistance?
no, it's gonna be a custom item. You're just however you want to mark it. It's just gonna be an antitoxin, or remedy, or poison heal, whatever antidote, whatever word you want to apply it for. But that's what its main purpose is that it's supposed to heal the poison condition.
Okay, and custom toxin description cures poison.
Cool. And do you guys want anything else other than potions? Because you said something you were looking for items that were monk based.
Yeah, well, after I was buying. Yeah, maybe I could afford something.
Go.
But yeah, so that'd be about it.
Hell yeah. Alrighty. Does anyone need any armament or anything like that, or are we all good?
Good.
Well, that's kind of what I'm looking for, to see if I can have anything to improve upon my offhand attacks.
Gotcha.
Or possibly improve upon my AC.
Okay.
It's not exactly that great.
No. Alrighty. As you guys leave, you go over to one of the blacksmithies. He will turn the dwarf there that looks to you. You can see that there is a couple of broken pieces of like gems like tied into his beard as he's like hammering away. When you look around, you do find a couple of types of armor. I believe for Mo, you don't have any armor proficiencies. So what you're looking for is something very, very unique. It's something that is like very.
Gloves don't, unless they do, I'm wrong, don't count as armor.
Gloves don't count as armor. No, they don't increase your AC.
So,
Specific one. So if you've got
if it's like a
if you have,
sure.
luckily,
Does anything?
luckily for you, there is a wizard they like combine their shops together. So you can purchase something through him and have it enchanted to make it a little cheaper. Essentially, what you guys go through is that you find that the person, the maker, he kind of looks over what you can do and like how you fight, and he offers to build you a padded leather armor, and that the wizard can enchant it to make it so that you are able to. It's almost as light as a feather, essentially, so that it's meant for you. The enchantment.
The thing is, so if it is armor, I lose my unarmored defense. That's
Well,
the only thing. It
well,
can't
no.
be armor.
Well, no, because it's magically based, so that it gives you it still gives you your armor. Your armor.
So you're looking for rings of protection, braces of armor, or things like that.
Essentially, like that.
Things
Yeah.
that will add to your AC, but are not actually armor.
Yes.
I mean, if you want the
A shield works for that too.
would you rather have the braces, shield, or anything like that? Because it's going to be costly to make
I
the armor.
can't use a shield though. I don't have shield proficiency.
Oh, yeah, that will put a hamper on that one.
Would you like to look for those gauntlets specifically?
The spell Mage Armor would also work.
That only forces your AC to be 13.
If your AC is lower than that, then...
No,
My AC
AC's
is
higher.
111.
Oh, yes.
It would be pointless. But it would lower my AC.
Oh, you know
Other
what?
things that would help for your monk's unarmored, there would be anything that boosts your wisdom or your dexterity.
Well, it would have to boost my dexterity by 2 points in order for it to actually gain anything because it says 16.
Let's see.
So
So that's going to be hard to find an item that does that.
Yeah.
Most items that do that are rare.
Mm-hmm. You're not going to find it in a shop. The most I can give you for a magic item, the wizard will have. Let's see. Let's roll it.
Strength proficiency built into.
What does your strength do?
No, what does it go into? Like, it goes into my damage for unarmed attack, but I don't think it goes into my actual abilities.
I believe your main stat for fighting is really dexterity for you, because I treat Destiny as a versatile weapon, so it actually is it's using your as a finesse weapon, so it uses your dex rather than your strength, because a monk, being monkey.
Yeah.
Oh God.
You
Oh,
also improve acrobatics.
you know what? I got one thing, but you're gonna have to take a risk for it. But I have one thing that will give you. I can give you everything that you want.
Risk.
You gotta pray to a god.
No.
Damn.
Oh, no.
The only god I was going to mention was that you did see the mark of death, and you were given a quick blow of relief.
Yeah. But considering kind of like how I have our background, they don't really
Mesh
do
well.
gods.
Oh yeah.
It's not like they hate gods. They don't really do them. It's
not-
kind of like it means like some do, but it's very rare.
Well, up to you. But I know for sure. But I can definitely grant you this one that like. Thank you for telling me what you're looking for, but they wouldn't have it
If
in
I can't
shop.
That's fine. They don't have it. They don't have it.
They wouldn't have it in shop, especially in this town. The wizard can most give you is a couple of rings that would be like a shield ring, but it's gonna be costly. And it basically it's basically like the ring, like the other rings that everyone has, but it's rather it uses shield, and it would still cost your reaction and everything, but it would increase your AC +5, and it would only have 2 charges a day. and it would be brand new, so you would know it would last a very long time.
Anything that increases your ability for points, like super.
Yeah.
Those are rare. For stat points,
Okay.
that's usually divine intervention or very rare items.
Because my strength is currently at a 17, so if I got it one more, I would go up. But
Mm-hmm. But if you want to increase your AC, wisdom and dex are what make your AC.
I know Dex makes my AC, but that's a 2-pointer. That'll take forever for me to find something like that. So it'll have to be much
True.
later, or I just wait to level up.
But the most I can give you
Wait,
right
why
now,
would my wisdom go towards my?
it's a
Well,
monk
it's a
thing.
monk.
It's a monk thing.
That's how your AC is being increased through armor defense. For barbarians, it's constitution. Monks is wisdom.
So what most I can give you is that the wizard has a couple of rings. He can give you a ring of shield. It grants you the ability to use the shield spell as a reaction. It's going to only have 2 charges a day, and it will recharge on the dawn. But it's going to be expensive. In total, it's going to be 400 gold pieces. You guys can try to barter it. Go ahead and roll me persuasion checks if you're interested in it.
No,
No,
no.
fair enough. 400 gold pieces.
Yeah, no. I mean, I'll see what you guys are talking about the whole wisdom modifier thing. So
Mm-hmm.
shit.
I
I rolled really terrible. Well,
mean, it's not
shit.
a bad. I mean, what was it? First time being a monk, you didn't realize
Oh,
wisdom
yeah.
was a huge deal for them, and then now you're like,
I mean,
oh
at least
shit.
It's not one of my negative ones, so.
That is true. Oh, that would have been so
I got
rough.
2 negative ones.
That would have been rough.
Yeah,
But
that's okay.
no, all right. Live and
Something
learn.
I guess to look out for. Yeah.
But thank you for letting me know, because I need to know what you guys want to, because I can increase things for you guys, but if I don't know what we're looking for.
Yeah, there's a brass knuckle.
I mean, if you want brass knuckles, there are brass knuckles.
It doesn't increase my damage though, does it?
I will grant you that it will add a plus. It's going to act as your unarmored strike, and they basically act as gloves. So what it's going to do mechanically is going to give you a +5 on top of what you have.
On top?
On top of what you have.
For
If
what?
you
To hit or for damage?
for damage, not to hit.
+5 to damage. That's a lot.
And it's only going to be your unarmored strike, not your blade.
Yeah, I know, which would actually make her punching more actually lethal. Because again, originally, like, I didn't want her to have a weapon. I was gonna have her just punch shit to death, but unfortunately, punching is not exactly as strong as I was hoping for a monk character. So I was like, well, that
Not
sucks.
until you start getting into some really high levels and start spending key points and stuff.
Well, I have a decent amount of key points, but it just allows me to keep hitting. So
You should have access to Stunning Strike. Eventually, you can start adding elemental effects to it, hitting
Okay.
incorporeal things.
Yep,
I'm
you
not
have
sure
stunning
what
strike.
What your
I went
subclass
with the
is.
I went with drunken master, so I don't
Okay.
have.
Okay, so you wouldn't have elemental stuff then. That's
No, but you do have stunning strike. Drunken Master is more designed for like bobbing and weaving
Oh, it is
and
the
able
very
to move.
bottom. Holy shit.
You can use stunning strike. I just thought you didn't want to use it because it was like you were basically wrecking shop with Destiny.
Yeah, yeah.
So it was like-
Just the only thing I got. But yeah, no. I don't know. I guess I'll just figure out more ones what I'm doing with her. But so far, she's slowly becoming a samurai.
Well, if you want, sometime later I can help you go through get figured out what all your key point stuff is, because every different subclass has different things they can do with it.
Okay.
For another time. But we're just.
Yeah.
I guess if that's it. I guess we're gonna head to our next destination.
Cool. What is it?
Just rest for the day.
Yeah. If you guys just want to start heading
Yeah.
over, I'm going to ask: do we want to keep going, or because my hard limit has to be around 8 o'clock because I have to get ready. I have to start going to bed because I got
Oh, well,
work
yeah,
in the
I'm
morning.
wrapping it up.
Cool.
Yeah, if I wrap
We
them up.
have our next destination in mind. We have our supplies. Like, we're ready to go for the
Cool.
next session as far as this.
Cool. We'll go ahead and
I've got to be in bed in the next hour and 15 minutes. So.
copy that. All right. So then let's go
Yeah.
ahead and call it. So So next session we'll have you guys heading out foreign caster.
I'll also just do that long rest.
Yeah, go for it. Long rest. You guys easily find yourselves an
spells
inn.
back.
Go ahead and
Yeah.
knock off. Was it? Let's do 3 silver apiece for your room. Unless if you guys are living in one, sitting in one room.
Where's
Remo doesn't care about that shit.
Yeah, I've got this specific thing here for Tam on what her sleeping arrangement is here. I forget where it's at.
Yeah, no, like, as long as, like, I know Bucket doesn't particularly care either, so it's really, I guess, down to Tem and Sun if they want to split on her room, because most fine would just have sleeping on her little nest bag thing in the corner.
Yeah.
Under Tem's lifestyle, I have it as a poor, which is 2 silver piercers per day. A poor lifestyle means going without comforts and a stable community, simple food and lodgings, threadbare clothing, but she's already got that solved.
If you guys want, you could just rent out one room and everyone can sleep in it, and because
Sounds good to me.
Bucket just sits there. Cool.
Sun can have the bed.
All right, so split up three silver between the 4 of us, and
Yep. And Tem will just sleep on the floor. She does as part of the thing here. It says that you may sleep in a common house or just space on the floor in a tavern and just pay for the
sleep.
And Tem's used to sleeping outside, so anytime she gets to sleep inside a building is luxury.
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right,
I'll
cool.
just mark off that silver piece then if they're all just sleeping in one room.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll mark down a silver then.
Cool. Tuna will be there vigilant for you guys for most of the night until Tem wakes up. And alrighty, cool. Perfect. We'll go ahead and pick up that next session then. Yay! And I will start keeping an eye out and start designing your guys' special weapons and whatnots that you guys want.
Oh, Tem's already got her special.
Oh yeah, but for Mo, and you got things you want.
Whether it's either a weapon just to increase my ACs, like even just by 1, like to make it a 15.
No, yeah, make it a little harder to hit.
I'm a glass-handed right now, and it sucks how fast I go down when I start getting hit. I gotta be on the front lines and hit something. So.
Oh,
No, yeah.
I'm gonna make a quick announcement that we'll stick around and talk a little bit after. I'll be back for that, but I really gotta go to the bathroom.
Sure.
Go for it. I'm probably sticking around chit-chatting for a bit.
I'm down
if you
too.
want.
Yeah, I'm just gonna